Hello, and welcome to another episode of Xbox International Podcast. I am your host, Jim Crying Lion Money Ryan. Yeah! Oh man, let's get this show on the road. We got lots of stuff to talk about, and yes, I look all beat up because why? Xbox has been kicking my butt since the deal has closed. I mean, I got a black eye, I'm bleeding through my nose, and man, my glasses are all broken. Oh man, I've been going through such horrible stuff. And wait a minute, why am I on an Xbox show? I mean, what the heck happened, Sourblow? Sourblow! You told me this was a PlayStation show. What are you bringing me on like this, Sourblow? Why? Anyway, Sourblow, how are you doing today, sir? And tell me, what costume are you wearing today? What? Oh, Sour Junior. What's up, Sour Junior? Wait, he's wearing a Pikachu. Is that a Pikachu costume? Oh, look, Sour Blow turning doodle. All right, yeah. I'm telling you, Sour Blow's got a trick. He's got some young. What's it called? Some young potion. That's what you got, Sour Blow. Oh man, what's up? What's up, Sour Blow Junior? Hope everything is awesome with you, brother. Anyways, Sour Blow, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing all right here with the new version of Xbox International.
What's the new version of Xbox International? Where is it? I don't see you. You're not
Just
gonna show-
introduce the guys.
Just interesting, guys. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to the awesome, cool, handsome, big Plume. How are you doing today, sir? And what is your Halloween costume in our Halloween special show? Plume, are you there? Huh? Oh, it's Baby Plume. Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, today's baby day here on XBI. Let's go. We got kids coming on. That's awesome. Look at that little Plume. Oh, that's awesome. But guys, where did our captain go? Our captain is not here. Where'd he go? Did he leave us? Are we here all alone? Oh man. But anyways, let's keep moving down the road because we got lots of things to talk about today. Let's start off. Wait. Oh. Wait a minute.
What's up, Crazy Woo?
What's up? How you doing, brother? Everything good with you?
Yeah,
Is this your first time podcasting here?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Brother. Oh, where you going? Someone's gonna ask me what was he playing. Tell me, what you been playing lately? Oh, he left again. Oh man. He's back again. What have you been playing, brother?
VR Gorilla Tag.
We are Gorilla Tag. That sounds like a lot of fun. I ought to play that game. Is that game on PlayStation, man? Because I
It's
don't know.
VR.
It's
Gorilla
VR.
Tag.
It has to be on the PlayStation VR though. Is it on PlayStation VR? Sablo, can you check that out for me? Is it on PlayStation VR? Because I don't know what games are on my consoles. Sablo, are you there, brother? I'm here
I'm
all
here.
day.
I don't I don't have VR.
You don't have VR? How about you, Plume? Can you tell me what is that game is on VR? Because I don't know what games I do have on my VR, brother. Um.
I don't know. I've never played it.
Oh man, I gotta look for it. What's up, Plume?
Let me ask Mini Plume. Is it on VR?
Oh, it's not there. Oh, okay, it's not there then. But anyways, let's start off by asking everybody what you have been playing. Let's start with you, Sourblow. Tell us, brother, what you've been playing, what you've been doing lately. Sourblow, are you there? How come everybody's like all quiet here? Am I alone tonight? Nobody gonna help me out? Everybody's like all laughing at me. Oh man. Here you go. Let me see. Okay, then if nobody wants to talk to me,
What are you
then I'll
talking
go.
about? What are you talking about, man?
Our captain is here. Captain, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm fantastic, but you already asked me that.
Oh, wait, what? No, your mini version came on. That was not you.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So now you're gonna tease me, all right? It's gonna be tease for Jim, Lion, Crime, Money Making Ryan. That's what you're gonna do. I mean, look, I got my bling bling on with my money sign on. You know, I make a lot of money for Sony. What's wrong with you, man? I'm Jim, crying, lying, money making rhyme, man. What's wrong? What's wrong, man? Making fun of me like that. Even though I'm beat up because, hey, man, Xbox has been kicking my butt. It's not my fault. I just came out of the bunker today. That's what I did. Just to come on this show and Sourblow tricked me. Oh, look at that handsome Lionel Richie, man. So wait a minute. Nobody dressed up, only me? What the hell? Literally, I went through all the damn expense to dress up.
Crazy. Have you even looked at the title on the show, on the template?
What does it say? I haven't looked at the title. What does it say?
Just go look at it.
XPI Kids? What? Are you? What the hell? So that's not cool, man. Now I have to like dress up like a little kid now or something. I don't know because I ain't got kids.
Oh
My
man.
God, oh man. But anyways, Sourblow, what have you been playing, sir? Let's get the show on the road.
All right, hold on. Let me fix this up. Why don't we start with you for first?
For first time you start with me? Oh
Yeah.
man, do he's dressed as C Money or is it Dominican Flavor Flay? Alan Wake 2 is Goty. Oh my God, Dark. Oh man. Let's see what Alan Wake 2 is Goty, man. That is true, Dark. That is true. I agree with you 100%. And what? I'm not just like C Money though. No, I'm just like I said, I got my bling bling on. I'm Jim Bryan, man. That's what I do. I produce money for PlayStation. That's what I do, baby. That's what I do. The only thing I'm missing is my little microphone, which I could not find it. I do not know where the heck is my little microphone that I bought to wear to when I ride motorcycles. But yes, I don't know where it's at. But anyways, let's keep on going, guys. Let me ask the Plume Man, what have you been playing, sir?
So, it's just, I was rewatching all the kids. What have I been playing? Huh? That's a good question. I've been playing lots of different stuff. I actually tried out last Friday that Bramble game that Sarah was talking about, and it's a funny story because I was trying to find a co-op game to play with my wife. She wanted to play on a Friday night, and I was like, this game's co-op, and I sat there for 2 hours playing while she watched and said, don't worry, it'll get to the co-op section until she went to bed. So that's pretty much what I've been playing this week.
Oh, awesome, brother. Awesome. I have not played Bramble yet. Is that on PlayStation? Because I don't know what games on PlayStation.
Oh, you said you were playing that, Plume?
I was playing. Yeah, I thought it was a co-op game, but it's not a co-op game.
No, it's not. I'm actually playing it right now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm like, it's shorter, but I'm like, I think halfway through or so.
Okay.
Man, look what G Maybe said in the chat. G Maybe, that is impossible. That is impossible. What do you mean, quick Louis go make a kid? That is impossible to make a kid. I mean,
Louis is a kid.
I am a kid. What? No, I'm not a kid. What are you talking about?
You were part of the XBI kids.
Oh. But I was strict though. You all told me, yeah, we're gonna do dress up Halloween stuff, and I go out there and I get, my bling bling, I get my glasses, my black eyes, some fake blood, and this is what you do to me? What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong? This is not nice, guys. I thought you all were dressed up like that, man. Oh. But anyways, Sourblow, what have you been playing, sir?
All right. First of all, I will take the blame. I orchestrated this little prank. Oh man. So I've been playing Bramble, the Mountain King, I think it's called. I think I have to be a little bit more than halfway through. So yeah, it's a nice little, like, I would say, what would you call it, like a horror platformer?
Yeah, puzzles.
Something like that. Yeah, puzzle platformer. It's pretty good and the visuals, I find it pretty good. Like, it has a little for what it does. Like, it does its job pretty well for what it is. And other than that, STARFIELD. I'm about to complete the Crimson Fleet. The full mission, and then after that, I think I'm just gonna go and completely beat the game. Because I'm like 200 hours in probably.
Oh, that's awesome.
Time
that's
to beat
awesome.
it. Time to play. I want to play some games. Well, not some game. I want to play a game that
Isn't
Silent is gonna talk about, and my friend Silent and Dark in the chat, they keep talking about it, and I'm like, oh, I want to play it, but I want to finish what I'm playing right now.
Wait a minute, but I've been playing it too. What do you
No,
mean?
Blue, you
What?
you don't even count. You gotta play the first 10 minutes, and then like 2 weeks later you're gonna say you beat it, and then when we start picking on you that you didn't beat it, then you're gonna go back and actually play it.
Louis,
Dude,
That's how it works.
I'm actually in chapter 3, buddy.
Louis, we know the secret. You're
What's the
you're
secret?
watching the story on YouTube again, and it's fine.
No. You can go on my Xbox and see my hours. I'm in chapter 3 right now. I'm
Are you
in
sure you're
chapter 3.
playing the right game?
Yes, I am. Oh man, I'm telling you, I got a lot of things to talk about that game because man, oh man, it gave me some really cool feelings, man. That game. Oh, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. But yes, Captain, where did the captain? Oh, is Captain here? Captain, tell us what you have been playing, sir.
Still
Oh,
here?
I think I know why. I think I know why.
So are you messing with my
I-
stuff?
I think
Yeah,
I
he is.
didn't put you on.
As long as you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. No, so I've as you were saying, I've been playing Alan Wake 2. Um, I'm probably right around the same area as you are, honestly, crazy. Just
Whoa.
because for the last couple days, I just haven't had any time to play. Like between Halloween, between all of like the kids stuff, parent teacher conferences, all the stuff last week, I feel like I've been pretty absent. Plus also like still recovering and stuff from being sick. I feel like I've actually been playing a lot of Slay the Spire again too. But Alan Wake 2, my goodness, that is a game that if it wasn't on your radar, get it. And if you haven't gotten it yet, but you were thinking about it, get it. Like seriously, this is one of those ones that immediately jumped up to a Game of the Year contender for myself.
It had to.
And I would not be surprised, and I would be really honestly hopeful that this game ends up taking a Game of the Year at the Video Game Awards, because the story, the visuals, everything about this game is so spot on. And I know apparently there's been some PC issues in regards to the port that's on PC. Console version, as far as my experience with it, I've not had any issues except for there was an audio issue that happened for like the first day. I had an issue where when I was using my sound bar, like it dropped audio. And so like there was no audio and I could still play the game.
Yeah.
But besides that, like I literally exited the game, I jumped back in, everything was fine. So, for me, it's been a minimal issue as far as that goes. Maybe other people have had worse issues. I know this is how it goes. Like sometimes your experience is different than mine. But my experience so far, this game is phenomenal. Remedy has shown over the last handful of years that they are very much a AAA studio, even if they have like a AA or like a low AAA funding as far as their budget. But these guys they carry out so many amazing games. Like you look at Quantum Break, Alan Wake, like the original one, you look at Control. All of these games have been...
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Despite what Sour says about Control.
Oh, Sour doesn't know nothing, man. He doesn't remember. Every time he plays a scary game, he hides. Remember, he said he's not playing Evil Within, and he's always hiding because he's like, "Oh, I'm not playing that game." But hey, I beat that game yesterday night because I could not play the Evil Inside, man. I couldn't play it because I had like all of a sudden, oh my god, in that game, like a baby face popped up, and I literally that was like out of all the jump scares I've had in games. That jump scare literally took me off my spot. I got off my chair, threw off my headset, and ran into the corner, almost crying like a little baby, because man, that really scared the hell out of me playing that game. And not only that, I've been like you talked about. You've been playing Alan Wake. I've been playing Alan Wake too, and my God, I got lots of things to talk about it. But we will wait for that subject later. Because,
Yes. Yeah, we will talk.
We will get
We'll
into
talk
deep
off the
dive
scenes
into it.
about it. But
Yes.
that being said, you better
Yep.
keep cautious
And-
and be very vague about yours, because you have some loose lips when it comes to some of those spoilers sometimes.
He knows.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about what you've been playing with the soundbar, right? Since I don't have my home theater set up, I had it on the TV speakers. I was like, nope. So I put on my headsets, and man, oh man, playing that game with headsets, you know how it feels, especially everything that's going on in that game. I mean, I spent all day yesterday having a couple jump scares. So then
I will. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So at night when I jumped into play Evil Inside, that baby jump scare literally took my heart out. I was like, wait, I can't. I literally told myself, you know what, Lou, don't
spoilers.
No, Evil Inside. I'm talking about Evil Inside. I'm not talking about on Way. So when
don't give spoiler. What if I was gonna play that?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm not gonna play that Sourblow. You're too scared of it, dude. No, I know that for a fact because you do not play. You didn't even play Evil Within because you ran scared of it. And Evil Within's not even as scary as that game.
Shout out to Dion Landon in the chat. It's good to see you, sir. He made the comment. He said Alan Wake 2 seems better than Spider Bugs 2. Yes. So far from what we've seen, it feels like Remedy has definitely provided a game for the masses that is in a better build quality.
Yep.
Spider-Man 2, I can't really speak on too much myself, but with the people that I have talked to, that I usually can take their word pretty good in regards to these things. The feedback has been like, yeah, there's some weird things. I know a lot of people were saying forced bugs and stuff like that, but there are some open bugs in that game that I'm sure they'll be patched up by the time I play the game. But yeah, Alan Wake is in a better state, at least from what I can tell so far.
It is.
Yeah.
In regards to your audio stuff real quick, and I'll just throw it out here real quick. But I've tried it on the Series S, the Series X. I've tried it on surround sound, headset, and soundbar, just to kind of get a good feel for like the different versions. Everything's been pretty good except for the audio issue that I had initially. But I mean, even on the Series S, that game looks freaking nuts.
Oh my God!
It caught me off guard, honestly, how the Series S looked with that game. I'm surprised. They've done a really good job at making that compatible with the system and actually adjusting accordingly.
Are you playing it quality mode or performance mode?
So, okay, so here's an interesting situation, right? Like I tried the performance mode, and it's good. It's good. I like it, but somehow, and this was kind of the same thing I ran into. I feel like with Starfield initially. Is the quality mode, the lower frame rate. I feel like somehow they've managed to get good enough at kind of, I don't know, blending the frame or like doing something. The lower, like the quality mode feels good. It doesn't feel like I'm playing at 30 frames per second. So whatever they're doing on the back end, they're doing it really well, at least on the console side. Like I said, I can't speak for the PC side. But on the console side, they're doing a really good job with it.
All right. Because I've been playing performance mode, so I'm gonna try it out in quality mode. And here's the thing, though. What do you mean I'm a liar? I have. You want to see? I got my receipts here. I just gotta go into my actions and show you.
Your receipts are like.
I got my receipts right here. Look, I'm opening the app right now. I'll show y'all. I'll show you.
What did you bring up? It's like your baby monitor, like your ankle bracelet.
That's my iPhone. What are you talking about? You have an iPhone too, so don't make
that's your ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
There it is.
Right, come down there.
There it is. Look, it says right here. Look,
crazy. Instead of getting fake receipts, why don't you introduce?
Here it is. There it is.
Mr. Dark, Mr. Yana.
There it is.
What was that?
5 days, right? I mean, 5 hours, not 5 days.
Why don't you?
5 hours.
Ask Mr. Yana Dark.
Yeah, let me ask him, Mr. Dark, how you been doing, sir? And welcome again to another episode of Xbox International Podcast, brother. And tell us what you have been playing.
So what's up, guys? How's everyone? I saw everyone de-aged and all of a sudden came back to how they were.
Except for me.
XBI Kids was cool. I guess that's the new show. XBI Kids lose the main kid.
Yeah.
Promising
our
career.
kid.
Promising
He's
career. At least we know that the other kids in that panel can actually read, so that's good to know. So I've been good. I heard Alan Wake, and I was like, you know what? Let me jump in because I have to talk about this game. As someone who just went through the entire Remedy connected universe and games, it's something else. But besides Alan Wake 2, I've been playing some Metal Gear Collection. I know it's not the best one, but the fact that I can just go in
Part
and
of
just
the
play
problem.
I am part of the problem.
No. You shut your mouth.
No.
Tower.
It's the truth. I'm part of the problem.
No.
I'm the same person that would buy. I own Resident Evil. Capcom has actually made me purchase Resident Evil every generation, and I've owned it on everything at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna buy Metal Gear, even though yes, people tell me I have other means of being able to play it. I bought it because I just want to play it.
Metal Gear.
Dark, I do want to say though, like his jab at you is disingenuous in the fact that Metal Gear Solid 1 had not left, with the exception of the PC port that came out back in the day and other means, as we talk about. This is the first time that it's come multi-platform onto another console.
Yes.
So wait a minute, Sourblow, you did not get the Metal Gear Collection because it's got to be on your list to buy games, man. It's Metal Gear. It's Metal Gear. How's that?
Metal Gear.
There you go. How come you have...
I'm not spending that money on that.
So
What?
Dude, you know
that bad port?
we know where his money goes. He's the pig. He's a pig pen for Star Citizen. We know where his money goes.
Sour,
He's a pay pig for Star Citizen.
Sour, let me tell you what you can do. And this is the best idea, and I'm sure Dark will probably agree with me, based on what we found out after this is released. Get Metal Gear Solid 1 by itself, $20, right there, you're good. And then, after that, just get the back compat version of 2 and 3 from 360. Because from what we've talked about, that performs better. Now, if you're up for fresh achievements, like myself, because I'm an achievement whore, you'll get those on the new version. But if you want the best experience, you can get the back compat version of 2 and 3 and then just get number 1. And you'll be paying like $25 less.
As a Metal Gear fan, the one thing I like about the collection is the fact that I can go in and kind of read the timeline that was built for Kojima. So it ties a lot of things that maybe if you don't want to play or the collection doesn't have certain games out there, but I do like that. The way I look at this collection is the same thing I did when I purchased the Castlevania and Contra collections. I own those games. I can boot up my Super Nintendo and everything, but it's just the ease that I can just boot up Steam or Xbox and just go in and play. But if you do want to play Metal Gear, get the HD collection because that's the one that Blue Point made. And it actually retains great color accuracy and doesn't have any FPS boost, but just runs and looks great. It has Snake and Solid Snake 2 in MSG3. So all you need to do is get MGS1, which you can actually get it on GOG.
So can't you get? But isn't they also have like the Metal Gear that was on I forgot the name of it. It was on PSP.
Those are
right?
the ones he's talking. Oh, you're talking Peace Walker.
Peace Walker, yeah.
No, Peace Walker. No, Peace Walker was.
Peace Walker's by itself.
Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Yeah, so you can buy Peace Walker.
Oh, I thought it was in the HD collection though.
It's
no.
Yeah.
No, it's a separate one.
It's a separate.
You get 2
No,
and
it's on the
It's
HD.
there.
Here.
Sorry,
It's HD. It is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. There was 3 Metal Gear games in HD collection. Yeah, Metal Gear 2.
There's actually
Metal
2, 3, and Peace Walker.
Yeah.
No, there's actually
Okay.
5 in it because when you access MGS3,
It gives you
it
original
gives you
1
the
and 2.
NES versions in there.
So that actually brings up an interesting point because I bought that one digital. I didn't have the physical copy like Plume has.
Right.
And when I did that, it actually does
A separate, separate
2,
download.
3 together, and then Peace Walker as a separate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do have a question for you though, because I haven't messed around with 2 and 3 in the collection that just released. Now, my thing with the Blue Point one is that you had Subsistence and you had like the modified version of Snake Eater.
Sure.
Are those the same in this collection?
No. So
Or they're the base ones, aren't they?
they're so according to Digital Foundry, I was watching this video today. They were ported in, I guess, some way to get them into modern consoles, and they sort of use, no pun intended, the blueprint of what Bluepoint's ports were. But
Okay.
there's a lot of things I'm guessing on the porting side that they say that either they can probably go back in and hopefully fix them. Because when you look at the MGS2, there's some blurriness stuff in there. Even 3, I did it side by side today, and I was like, let me check, right? I went through everything, and I said, wow, I do see, especially on the Xbox, right? You can see the colors situation, the nice kind of like that kind of 360. Remember how they were kind of had this tintish brown color, those 360
Yeah.
games? So yeah, it definitely looks, it runs at 60 FPS, just to let you know. Or it feels to me at 60 FPS compared to what I've played.
Okay.
And overall, like I said, if you have this collection, they delisted this, and this is the reason why they delisted. So if you can find a physical copy, the MGX collection is the only thing at the moment, unless you go and actually purchase a physical copy at a local GameStop or mom and pop shop of this game.
I didn't realize that, but that actually, I mean, it makes sense.
The whole thing was the music, but
Yeah, well,
they
yeah.
delisted them. I
That's
have
a-
them physically, just like Plume, and I have
Right.
digital.
That's a convenience factor for them ultimately. But the one thing that bothered me with that, in regards to it being, if this one has the original versions of 2 and 3, number 3 only had the fixed camera, if I remember correctly. But then when they released like the modified version, they
has
gave
a-
you the option to change the camera. So
I haven't tried
that's
that. I haven't tried on this one. I have to go
okay.
in.
Okay.
The options
I'll
are
ha-
bare.
Gu-
I'll have to
guys,
try that and see. Because
I don't-
that was one of my questions.
I don't mean to break your heart, but
We gotta
we
continue. right?
we
Okay,
gotta
yeah, we
continue.
gotta
We
move
gotta
on.
start the
Alright,
show.
let's-
So my last game
Why,
I'm playing.
why
real
spend
quick,
so
real
much
quick.
time?
My
Wait,
last game I'm playing is
why
RoboCop.
spend so much time on a game that runs better on an emulator? Come on,
Oh
come on,
my
guys.
God, come on,
It's
come
It's
on.
Metal
Yeah,
Gear.
whatever.
Whether this version's good or not, the original was good.
Oh,
Whatever.
oh, man.
But RoboCop is the other game I've been playing,
Oh,
and
my
I have to say, real quick, so I know we derailed the show with Metal Gear Talk. RoboCop is incredible. That's the
Yes.
same team that made Terminator. I think it's Dark Resistance, right? And what they've done is that they've done what we don't see a lot with a lot of licensed game. They took very care of it in the way it presents, down to like the using the original actors and their voices kind of to do it. And honestly, it's just an overall old school first person shooter. And if you love RoboCop, it's awesome. I've been enjoying just like literally mowing down like lines of just shooting people, and of course doing the Louis special thing, the crotch shot.
The
is
crotch
always
shot.
funny.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know,
even
so-
even IGN noted that crotch shot out, man. Yes, on
Yeah.
the review video. I'm so happy
So,
they did.
You know,
Man,
I'm here to serve and protect, so that's what I do when I can. I'm just shooting crotches.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. But anyways, let me jump right away into the flight itinerary, which we have for the climb. Is Alan Wake 2 a Goty? That is an interesting question because we're going to do a deep dive about Alan Wake and our experiences, except for Sourblow, because he does not play scary games. That's Scaredy Cat.
Or
I'm gonna
he's
play
waiting.
that
He's,
game.
he's waiting for the bargain bin.
Oh, the bargain bin. All right. But anyways,
He's
for
too cheap.
Cruz.
He's too cheap.
Hey, no. Remember. We got to consider Sour because he gives money to Star Citizen. Be patient.
That's like giving to a mortgage. I know.
Yeah, I know. It's a similar thing. But anyways, for Cruz, we have Xbox restructuring and Sony revamping. That will be an interesting topic. And then the Descent, which is the poll of the week, which I have ready, Sourblow, for the first time. It's ready. Can you applaud for me for that? No? All right.
No,
But anyway,
you don't get no applause for that.
damn you, Sour. That's me.
So are we going into Alan Wake?
Yes, we are. But anyways, Captain, take us for a flight. Captain?
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sour has turned on the subscribe button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Please store your food and beverages next to your desk, underneath the seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Also, make sure you have hit that notification bell. We gently remind that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, dressing up in your Halloween costume when we're already in the month of November is strictly prohibited. We're looking at you, Crazy Louie. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists. Thank you. And now go back to
All right.
Crazy Louie.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thank you for that awesome flight announcement, young captain. Anyways, let's jump real quick. Really quick. Wait, guys. Let me get my nice Cartier T07 T105 $11,000 glasses. Yes, since all the fanboys bought it for me. Thank you, fanboys from Sony. I love y'all. But let me get these suckers on so I can read nice and clear because all my other glasses are pretty much busted. So let me throw this
Now
out.
you're definitely the Rocket Man. You're
No,
definitely
yeah.
it's for Elton John there.
Oh man.
Oh man, let's get the show on the road. Let me shout out the chat. We have right over here. It's Timmy, living alive. Timmy, what's up, Timmy? Rachy, man, Rachy. What a fun night was the last night. Yes, I finally beat the Evil Within. Thanks to you, brother, for reminding me that I should have played that game. And yes, we finally got it done with. Man, the Evil Within 2, the Evil Within 1, I mean, it was just awesome. I love the game. Just the final boss. I was like, I would have preferred Rubric to be, his normal way. But yeah, I'm not gonna give any spoilers. But anyways, yes. My God, what a cool game! What a cool game! Let's keep on going down this. This Talos, the man with the ray. What's up, Talos? Sith Lord, hello, Sith Lord. Elvin, our captain from Sea of Thieves. Elvin, Jay Vargas, what's up, Jay Vargas? Who's gonna win the NBA this year? Please, not the Celtics because
Celtics.
nah, hell no.
Jay Vargas said that RoboCop looks stiff, but I'm gonna tell him, he looked at stiff as the Nets offense. I'm gonna tell him right there.
I'm gonna say something. If RoboCop was flexible in this game, I would have been mad. I just love RoboCop because he has to be the way he is. As stiff as
He's literally a robot.
Yeah. I don't know what Jay Vargas must be watching anime, so he thinks it's like these mechs that just.
Nah, he probably saw the new RoboCop. He was quick and he could jump and be like Superman. But no,
I don't acknowledge the new RoboCops.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's keep going. Jam Shark, what's up, Jam Shark? How you doing, brother? Sappho, hello, brother Sappho. Did I say Talos, the man with the ray? I think not. But if I didn't, what's up, Talos, the man with the ray? Keep on going down this list. We got who else is in here? Platano J. What's up, Platano J? Let's keep going. Who else is here? Man, these glasses actually, I can read better. Damn, and they're like, man, these glasses are good. Keep going down this list.
Are those Google glasses? Is somebody translating in your ear?
What's going on with those things?
I don't know. All I know is I can see with the screen, reflecting from the glasses, though. They're pretty good. Anyways, it says Sanchez Martinez Gaming. What's up, Sanchez Martinez Gaming? Maybe. I'm telling you, G maybe should do a CD. He would have been awesome. Let's keep on going down. Let's go. Who else is on here?
So you're trying to say wait? You trying to say one of our passengers is not awesome?
He is awesome though, but would have been awesome.
You said he would have been awesome.
No,
what are you trying to say?
I said he would have been way more awesome.
We'll write up Crazy Lou afterwards.
Wait, what? I'm not listening, man. Don't be like that. What's up, Sin? Hello, Sin. Welcome. Who else is here? Keep going on. Oh man, there's a lot of names on here, man. Wow, I'm actually dizzy now. Dion Landon, what's up, Dion Landon? How you doing? Yes. As Silas said, Alan Wake 2 seems to be better than Spider-Bugs 2. Yes, it is, brother. Yes, it is. Oh man, DJD, what's up, DJD? 925 area code. That's where you can get his number one punch Jedi. That's an interesting name. I mean, if we had a one punch Jedi, I mean, the Sith would have been over right away. Oh man, let's keep on going.
It's like Mary Jane's stun gun, man. One stun and that's it.
Really? Oh Lord, please don't tell me that's true in that game. Is that true?
Yo, her stun gun's so OP, it's crazy.
Oh Lord,
Dion! Like 12 times with Spider-Man, you can't even knock people out.
Oh Lord, look who's here, my brother Vic the Click family. What's up, Vic the Click, man? Vic, we gotta get back to some Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Seriously, oh man, and whoever that I did not say hello to, welcome to XPI because man, this list is long and you guys kept this chat rocking and rolling, which is awesome. And now it's time to jump into the subject of Alan Wake 2. Is it a Goty? Who should I pass it to?
Can I go first because I'm going to be leaving quick?
Oh, right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Alan Wake 2, I heard what Silent was saying. This game is incredible.
Better than Control.
No spoilers. This game, it's a couple of things. A lot of people, I think Miles did a good job of saying he felt it was like Silent Hill meets kind of like I think it was like the X-Files or but this game is like Mindhunters. Have you seen Mindhunters before? It's True Detective Season 1, and the way it just starts the game and builds the tension, like when you kind of are the two characters, right? You have Saga Anderson and Alex Casey, who is played by Sam Lake, and he basically is referencing the book based on Alex Casey, which is Max Payne. And this game, when it starts off, it there's no combat. It builds the world. And what's cool about it is that you actually feel like you're investigating an actual crime, like you're profiling as an FBI agent. And the the graphics in this game are like unbelievable. I look at this game and I'm like, wow, I'm amazed. I'm playing it on PC. I haven't run into any issues currently, but just the forest, the light, the way everything peeks through. I would say if you play this game, play it with some headphones because the sound's amazing. I remember just walking through the woods and you're kind of like hearing like little leaves ruffle. You hear some of the stuff in nature, and I think I'm up to chapter 5, so I finally started playing as Alan Wake. And this game, there's some points where I had to take a break because the tension is so strong. You're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And the enemies are not like the first one. So if you played the first one, it's not anymore of just about putting your light until, you break the shadow. There's more to it. The enemies actually have like this sweet spot that's not always in the front, but the first time you meet them, you feel that tension. You're like, damn, like this is like a supernatural being. The next part that I love about it as well is what they call the mind space, which is where you sort of do the
Yes.
investigations.
Yeah. Yeah,
and-
your what was it we were talking about? It's like the true detective mode,
Yep.
basically.
So what you're doing in this part is you're taking the clues that you've accumulated throughout the game, and you're putting them on this board. And what it's doing is that it's actually mapping out everything in the game. And again, I've seen this stuff done before, but I'm so invested the way they do it in this game. It doesn't feel like it's being tacked on. It feels like it's like so natural that you want to, because it's kind of peeling the layers and layers of it. And if you've played Control, which is Remedy's now second best game after Alan Wake 2, you're going to love the nods to that world and how it's connected. If you know who the FBC are, you're going to see stuff there. You're going to read about the stuff that connects it to Control. And there's just kind of like the little bit so far that I've picked up. What I've been doing thus far is playing a chapter a night, and I've been doing all the optional things, just exploring, trying to see if I can solve puzzles. There was this one cool puzzle that I'm not going to ruin. I'm going to keep it as base, but this puzzle is based on nursery rhymes, really creepy. And what it's trying to do is that a certain organization was trying to simulate what Alan Wake was doing in the first game by doing these nursery rhymes. And this cabin that you go to, if you've seen Evil Dead, gives you this really creepy Evil Dead, like something's gonna pop out and you're like, oh man. And the crazy thing is, when you're actually in your mind space, you have to be cognizant of where you are, because you can get attacked while you're trying to actually solve something of the cases. So I'm gonna stop my ranting because I think I took a lot of stuff, and I'll let I guess Silent let us know what his thoughts on the game so far.
Before I go to Silent, I gotta say that's like when I watch movies, thriller is my favorite type, and you describing what I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped. I gotta play this game.
Oh, you do? I mean, it's game of the year. I think, if I had to say the game of the year, probably, people are saying Baldur's Gate is going to win it. I think Remedy deserves their flowers. This is a culmination of what they wanted to make, and it's a testament of like what they've done. It goes beyond. It basically takes everything we love about Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Alan Wake that they've made, and they kind of put this thing together that just. So the best way I put it is this way, right? When we play Sony games, right, they're very cinematic. This game is cinematic in the sense that you're playing the actual things and you're doing a lot of the actions versus sometimes watching cutscenes. And I think it takes a cinematic experience to that other level that I haven't experienced yet, which I think makes it special.
Oh, that's awesome.
Silent.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I was
very well said.
I was gonna say something real quick. I mean, I don't know if you guys felt it like this, but while playing the game, I felt like I was playing. I felt like I was playing a game that looks similar to Silence of the Lambs. That's how I felt playing
So
the game.
if you've watched Hannibal,
Yeah.
they have
Mhm.
similar stuff. Where Hannibal, if you watch the show, the guy used to kind of go into his own mind to
Mm-hmm.
kind of profile Hannibal
Profile.
Lecter, and that's what they kind of like. There's a lot of things that you look that I'm pretty sure Remedy got inspiration from, and Twin Peaks, of course. If you watch Twin Peaks, they have tons of reference from the way the acting is and everything. That first boss, I'm gonna tell you right now. I needed to change my diaper. I mean, my diapers. I needed to change my pair of underwears
Oh my god, that was cool.
because it was intense.
It
It,
was.
it was very intense, and I was just like, man, it's been a while since the original Resident Evil that I felt this sort of like I feel hopeless, and I'm just trying to run. Like I was literally running like mad, and trying to like get my and the ammo's scarce, so you have to really plot and learn the combat overall, how to be able to hit those sweet spots with those shots. But I'm gonna let you guys talk about it. Thank you for having me on. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you,
Cheers,
Dark. Thank
buddy.
you. Thank you.
Have
Thank you.
fun.
Thanks, man.
Have fun, man.
Take care.
Have fun. Have fun. Have fun, man.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by, brother.
Yeah.
Good one. Anyways, like I was saying though, it literally felt like I was playing Silence of the Lambs. That's how it felt. But let's get Silence thought into it, and then we'll jump to me.
You you said that it felt like you were playing Silence of the Lambs in the creepiest of ways when you first introduced it.
Yeah.
When we were so chat, just for a little bit of detail on the background side of things. We're sitting there, and one day, just all of a sudden, Crazy's like, "Okay, I'm playing Alan Wake 2." And then out of nowhere, he's like, "I feel like I'm Clarice."
Clarice,
And we're
yeah.
just like, "Huh?" And he's like,
Clarice.
I feel like I'm in Silence of the Lambs. And he starts saying things where you're just like, this is a little weird. Like I feel like he's summoning a little bit of that like Buffalo Bill cowboy
Yeah,
energy.
especially the beginning, right? And shout out to Remedy for having me in the game
Yeah.
at the beginning. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't me. But
Yeah.
man, when I saw
It
that, I
was
was like,
cool that they
"Whoa."
cameoed you in the beginning of the game. That was cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, exactly. That was cool. But when I saw that, I was like, man, literally, it feels like it. It does feel like it when I saw that from the beginning. But keep going, Sam. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I mean, very much like what Dark was saying and what you're saying too is just I think the big takeaway from this so far, from what I've experienced, and without, sorry, G maybe in the chat, just stop me in place. G maybe's over there with some Buffalo
Yeah,
Billies.
it puts the lotion on
It
the
puts
skin.
the lotion on the skin.
Skin.
That reminds me of that song. I don't know if you've ever heard the song. I'll have to send you a link. Anyways, yes. So this game, I think if there were a couple words to describe this game, I think atmospheric is definitely a perfect word for this. Excellence. I think in regards to what Remedy has managed to do with their craft and where they've gotten to in regards to their actual development on these games, it's nuts. Like whether you liked Control or not, I'm looking at you, Sour. Whether you like Control or not,
Wait. I like Control. It's not as great as you guys put it. I mean,
it's really good. You just haven't gotten to the other stuff potentially.
it's like a 7 to 8.
I maintain
That's not bad.
I mean, well, if you talk to IGN, a 7 is bad. So
I'm not IGN.
but with that being said, I think there's a lot inside Control that like you have to kind of search out for. I'll give you this is like you have to kind of search out a lot of those details. In Alan Wake 2, I think the thing that I really like about this is that certain things that probably would have just been maybe like a memo on a desk or something like that, they bring it right to your attention. They bring it right to the forefront. So these things, they're mixing their universes and they're blending it together in a really good fashion. And they're bringing in characters, be it different characters, but like faces that you're familiar with and stuff.
Can I jump in real quick and
Sure.
say something?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. Like, I don't mind memos and like audio logs, but I feel like there's a difference when you do it well and when you don't. For example, I'm gonna give a quick example. I'm playing Starfield right now, and I just did yesterday or the day before yesterday. I did a mission which wasn't a ship. I'm not gonna give too much detail in case no one has gotten to this place yet, and it's not a part of the main mission anyway. You go to the ship, and apparently something happened to the crew, so you go to that ship to investigate. And different crew members, they left like different audio logs, and the way the audio logs like play and the way like you go to investigate, I feel like that was like well done. Like, but there sometimes there are like audio logs that you go to, and like it makes no sense that, okay, why would you find these audio, you get what I mean? Like,
Yes, and I agree with you in regards to like the Starfield side of things. I think if I don't know if you're tying this to Control specifically, but like with Control, I feel like they always stayed very much on brand in regards to what they were talking about. Because whenever you found your memos, when you found stuff like that, it was tied within that universe, within that ecosystem. And so it was always talking about, FBC, or it was connected to other things, which I'm not going to spoil anything.
What I'm gonna say, it felt like you were just doing the same thing. Like they could have done like different things to introduce those like little bits and pieces to integrate it more into like the main story. Like,
so you thought that a lot of Control was kind of samey then?
Yeah, it felt to me, the game felt a little bit repetitive in some way. Like the combat and looking like it didn't invite me to actually keep exploring, because I wasn't that much interested in the story, like in the side. I don't know. I didn't get that intrigue into the story, but maybe it's just a me problem.
So when you got to the point where the director asked you to burn the bodies and do that whole process, like do that mission type, did that upset you?
Okay, David Jaffe.
No, so
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
to be fair, there is a mission where you throw stuff in the incinerator. But
yeah.
No, I will say this. Did you get to the sticky note room?
Yes.
Did you ever find the sticky room? You found the sticky note room?
Yes, I did.
That was samey to you?
No, that was cool.
Okay.
But okay, one room. I mean.
Okay. But then when you play the DLCs, when you get farther into the lower levels of the building, like things change more and more.
Oh, you see, that's something different.
Well, yeah, but like they introduced some of that stuff in the main storyline too. So like, I mean, there's quite a bit of variety.
I saw some nice teas within the main story, but I don't know.
Well, whatever the case is, coming back to Alan Wake.
I didn't like the storytelling.
That's fair.
I'll just say that.
That's fair, but you did enjoy Alan Wake 1.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the gameplay mechanic of it. I thought it was much better. Yeah, I wasn't into the story and the whole thing.
So, the thing I will say with Alan Wake, and again, we're going non-spoilers. I'm not going to ruin anything for anyone, especially as I've experienced this so far. I don't want to ruin these beats because like there's interesting things that happen and it's pretty wild. But this basically, like it takes the formula from Alan Wake, and I think Dark was kind of saying it too, is like it evolves it to a level, and it expands it to, like, even just watching this and seeing how it rolls out, you can tell the budget is bigger. You can tell that there's just more development time and more effort put into some of these different areas than what they could have done with the technology and hardware at the time.
Yep.
You play this one, Crazy Nose is like, there are sections, like even the beginning of it, you see it and you're just like, holy crap. Like this is a different thing.
Yeah, it is.
And it's definitely an evolution for the studio.
Yep.
And I think honestly, like Starfield's great, but I think this, in regards to this year, I think this is a standout. And I do think that this thing could easily be a Game of the Year contender, if not a Game of the Year winner.
But here's the thing, though, Silent, about this game. It actually got the horror right. That was the main factor it was missing from the first one, because we were talking about it last week with Miles. Was it? Miles was here.
It didn't really aim for horror as much in the first one. Like it was that suspense thriller for sure.
Suspense, yeah. This one, I didn't even feel the suspense like this one. I feel it. This one, you feel the suspense, you feel the horror, you feel everything. There's so much in this game that you're like, wow. Not only that, you were talking about the detail. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Which, when you talk about detail, right? So that Northlight engine, which Dark mentions in the chat too, that Northlight engine, like the level that they've upgraded that and that they've got it to at this point is nuts.
Phenomenal.
Like I think I threw a couple screenshots in our group chat, but I think I threw some on Twitter also, and it's like you look at them. And it's wild. Even on the console side, the game stands in a visual quality that a lot of games don't. Like the lighting, everything about it, like the edging, everything about the occlusion, the filtering, everything just feels really good so far.
It does. I mean, that game is just on spot, incredible. And this is what I did for mine, though, because since I don't have curtains yet, so when I was playing, I put the brightness to the top of the line because I couldn't see that much. And my God, once I put the brightness full, I was like, wow, this is incredible. I mean, I was just like, I even took my glasses off. I was like, oh my God, what am I looking at? It's amazing. Amazing. Such a beautiful game. And mind you, I'm playing it in performance when you tell me to go try it in quality, which I'm going to switch to quality to see how it looks. But man, it's amazing. And oh my God, I even mentioned it earlier, talk about Silence of the Lambs. Why did I feel like it was Silence of the Lambs? Because basically, when I was talking, I felt like Clarice, as you're playing as a female character. You're an FBI person, you're jumping into this game, you're wandering around collecting information, like the setting felt like, okay, we're looking at the Buffalo Bill case, right? In the river, stuff like that. The fat guy.
Admit it, Crazy. You didn't feel like Clarice. You felt like Buffalo Bill.
Nah, not really. Did not feel
like
no.
I'm gonna put the bucket down the bear. I'm gonna put the bucket down. I'm gonna give you the lotion.
I didn't feel that
though. The lotion on the skin.
And then you have this, and then you have your partner right next to you. And he's like, all like, that stuff like that. And it's like watching every step. I was like, man, this feels like I'm talking to Hannibal Lecter, and he's telling me what to do for this case and what to observe and how to build it and
Careful, crazy. I'm not giving spoilers. Careful. Guys, just so you know, guys, he is threatened.
He's notorious.
Me. I threaten him. If he spoils the game for me, I'm kicking him out for the rest of the year.
Salvo, instead of you should have grabbed that game and started playing at least 2 or 3 chapters.
No, I gotta beat Starfield.
Because my God, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, once you sit down and start playing that game, it's just like you get this continuation feeling because it just. I love how the chapter ends.
That's the thing though. Once I start the game, I know I'm gonna want to continue to.
God.
Sour, I'd argue that you've got hours and hours and hours of time for Starfield, and you have plenty of time left before
Oh
you
no,
get to
I'm
the
gonna
end of
continue
your
to play
run.
Starfield. Like I want to play.
Yeah. So just jump to Alan Wake.
Yeah, but I want to beat it because I don't want the ending spoiled.
Oh.
And then for New Game Plus, then I take my time again.
This is going to be a little harsh, and some people might not appreciate it. But dude, people are over Starfield right now. People have moved on to other games.
I
at this
am
point.
not.
No one's going to spoil Starfield.
Exactly. Even Dark is saying excuses. The thing is, Dark, since he starts talking about it, saying how I felt like, for example, I felt like Silence of the Lambs playing the game is like, oh man, I'm playing this, I'm scared. Because Sour is afraid of playing scary games. And Sour,
How is Silent of the Lamb? That's the type of movie I like.
Dude,
Oh,
you saw when Buffalo
God.
Bill tucked, okay?
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
I gotta
What are
go
you
through
talking
that.
about?
That was
Oh,
haunted.
no.
I'm
Okay.
lost.
That
You
still
lost.
to this day
Oh,
bothers
but
me
guys,
as an adult man.
That's not
We all been rambling, but what about Plume? Like,
Plume. Yeah, Plume.
Plume's been so quiet.
Where
Plume's
you at?
quiet.
Have
Plume,
you
have you
started
played the
this?
game?
Are you starting this? Where you at?
You're muted, Plume. I think he's probably been trying to talk for
He's
the whole show.
He's like, man, these guys just keep talking and talking.
They keep talking over me.
Oh, Blue, come back, Blue, come back.
sorry,
Can you hear me now?
Sorry.
Yeah, yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can.
No, I was just saying I haven't played yet. All I've been doing is reading about all of the performance differences and stuff, and the Xbox having a better performance than PS5 stuff, and
And the mesh shaders.
and just like looking at the graphically, the game looks stunning. So definitely, I am gonna play it eventually, but no, I haven't played it, so I don't have too much to add to the Alan Wake 2 talk. But yeah, I mean, looks phenomenal. I like the first one, so I'm assuming I'll like this one.
I have a question for Silent. Silent, have you played it? You're playing it, I assume, in the Series X, right?
Yes,
Have you-
But like I said, I've played it on Series S and X. So
Okay. How do you see the difference between them? Does it look well on the ass or?
Ah, it's a potato. Looks ugly.
to be
It's holding back.
Saga Anderson looks like a freaking potato when I play on the Series S.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
that'll get
he actually does turn into a
Um,
potato. Spoilers, like the cube in Spider-Man.
spoilers. No, honestly, like when I played it on the Series S, it's not like I was like, oh dear God, what am I doing? Like the resolution change didn't feel like it was that much. Again, it goes very much back as kind of a testament to Remedy, is like they've found out how to work with this hardware in a way that it doesn't feel like it's that much of a gap, right? Like when I played Series S, when I was playing that upstairs on my TV or downstairs on the other TV, I didn't feel like I was missing out necessarily a ton as far as the visuals. Because like I feel like they've done a really good job in regards to, be it like maybe the resolution's different, but at the same time you've got other tool sets with stuff like and stuff like with the different shaders and stuff like that nowadays. I feel like you've got enough that you can mess around with on the back end to correct if you have to drop the resolution. I don't know what the resolution's sitting at in regards to the S, but whatever they're doing in regards to, be it the shaders like the anisotropic filtering, whether it's like the ambient occlusion or whatever they're doing as far as the visuals and the shading, it makes it look really good. I'm not seeing, it's not like I'm playing the game and I'm like, oh, I'm playing on the Xbox One versus the Xbox Series.
The reason why I'm curious because I got 2 Series S, and then I got my PC. Even though my PC is pretty good, I got like a 3070 Ti and all that.
So you're trying to figure out if you want to play on PC or the Xbox.
Yeah, because PC is having performance issues, and
So,
at the end of the day, I feel more comfortable sometimes just, especially those type of games. I feel more comfortable playing it on the Xbox, just chilling.
well, and And the other thing with it, right, is, I mean, granted, like if you're buying it on PC, you're probably doing it on Steam, right? So it's going to be in a library that's going to stick around. But with like Microsoft, if you already are comfortable with having your game in that ecosystem in the library you
Yeah,
already
the
have,
achievements and all that.
yeah, like I was joking about it a little bit earlier, but Metal Gear Solid, right?
Mhm.
Like, yes, this new version 2 and 3 are not that great, but Metal Gear Solid 1, this is the first time it's ever been on an Xbox console, which is a cool thing for me. Just because, like, yeah, I could have played it on PC, and I have. I mean, I've got I have a PS1 out there that I could play it on right now if I wanted to. But to be able to play it on a modern console, to be able to get achievements, stuff like that, it's just it's a nicety of the modern consoles.
I wished Alan Wake 2 was like play anywhere where you get it on.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking the
that would have been a
same.
no-brainer
Yeah,
right there.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, I wonder if. Oh no, it's not going to be. But
So
no, Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Plume.
So if the Series X looks decent, all these excuses that we hear about the Series S can no longer be valid. Basically, it's all coming down to the devs.
Yes, well, and even to go directly to that, right? Because a lot of people overlooked it when it happened. But Baldur's Gate 3 is a prime example, okay?
Yeah.
Like, people freaked out because they're like, oh, blah, 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 it's holding it back, blah, blah, blah. No, like, yes, in a way, in the fact that they have to develop for it to make sure that they're keeping those requirements in mind.
Yep.
But that being said, it's not that it can't be done. Even the development team over there specified, they're like, it's not that we can't make the game for the system. It's that it requires extra development resources that we have tied to releasing this game on the other consoles, right? Like on PC, on Xbox, stuff like that. Like, it'll come, but it requires extra development resources. So it's not that it can't be done. It's just like you look at the older generations, right? Look at like Gen 6, Gen 7, Gen 8, stuff like that. You look at those ones, and whenever it shifted over from console to console, we saw this occasionally. Is like they develop it for that specific console, for the one that was the lead console, and then a few months later, you saw the game come out to the other systems. It's because they had to develop to those specific resources that they had. It's not that the console couldn't handle it. It's just that the dev team didn't have the same, like, they're not all the exact same across the board as far as the specs.
Yeah. And it's
It-
interesting too because the digital foundry analysis just came out too. And one of the things that they essentially were mentioned is that like the devs actually finally used the raw power advantage of the Series X, as you clearly saw that. I mean, with when it's like a couple of frame drops here and there on random sections, it doesn't really matter, right? But if you're getting like 49 FPS, which the PS5 is dropping to like 60 steady, which the Series X, that's just that difference in raw power that we're finally starting to see come out this generation, I think.
Mhm.
Did you just see the guy? The guy looked like he was almost crying.
He was almost crying. But here's the funny part. You guys mentioned Baldur's Gate, right? But the PS5 version of Baldur's Gate looked like crap. I mean, we saw it
Yes.
was ugly.
Yes,
doesn't
but
Damn.
sorry,
doesn't-
go ahead, Plume.
Horrible.
I was going to call it the worst word. It doesn't matter because nobody actually played the game on PS5. They just
Oh, they did?
Exactly.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna say,
Oh.
right? It's like,
Oh my God.
now, granted, we saw the litmus test for this, right? I made a comment on Twitter about people playing on PS4. I was like, or on PS5. I was like, what happened? Like, did the game get delayed? Because, like, for some reason, I'm not hearing anything about people playing Baldur's Gate, and the vocal minority of like 30 people that are playing Baldur's Gate on PlayStation came at me and were like, I'm playing it on PS5. It's great. It's amazing. And they showed their like 30 hours. I'm like, well, that's great. But that being said, based on what you gave me versus what the sales number was that we saw, I know that you're the vocal minority. Like, that's great that you're playing it on the PS5. But that being said, the people that came out with those stats weren't the people that were being super vocal about Baldur's Gate being Game of the Year on PS5 and being exclusive. Like IGN and those guys, they were like, oh, it's a PS5 exclusive. It's gonna, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Xbox is doomed.
It was actually
And
a
then it
PC
came out and we
exclusive. There
found
go to
out
that.
it's a PC exclusive with a PS5 port and an Xbox port down the road. Just like what we were talking about with Alan Wake 2, right? Or like Baldur's Gate. Is like, it's going to take a little while for them to dev for those specific requirements. That's how it goes. We saw the same thing with like PlayStation portables, and if anything ever came over to like Switch or came over to DS or anything like that, like it takes extra resources to get those things to those consoles.
Yep, and it's crazy.
They should shut up.
Exactly, they should shut up. Same thing with the Batman game. Remember the Batman? What's it called? Oh my god, that game came out. It was just poof. It went away right away.
Origins? Is that the one you're talking about?
No. The Arkham one. Oh my god, all of them.
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knights, right? The one that has all the Robins and everything. That was also one that says, "Oh, the Series S, had issues." No, I'm just saying it had issues. They were complaining about it. Remember, they came out like, "Oh, the Series S held us back," and that's why the game came out like this. I'm like, what? But then when you look at the other Batman games, they look way more better than that one, man. I mean, that one was horrible looking. It's like they did not sit down and just spend the time they needed to do that game. Seriously, sad, and it's all excuses at the end of the day because hey, sit down and fix your game, and if you got to take your time, damn, don't release these games like this. Jeez.
And maybe don't let someone go out there on social media and start blasting the console that you're eventually going to be on just because you had to put resources to make a version for it. Like, it's not like you're changing the game. You're literally just tailoring it to meet those requirements. But again, like we've seen this for generations.
Gotham Knights,
over and over again.
Gotham Knights, yeah.
Instead, okay, not Arkham.
Yeah, remember?
I got you.
Yeah, the Gotham Knights game
Knights was a mess.
It was a mess too, and they were blaming the Series S. I mean, but the only developer that came out there that did have a little bit of issues, and the thing is, they came out in a positive note, and they did ask, "Hey, what do we do?" That was the guys from oh my god, Dying Light 2. They came out with a couple of issues, which Xbox came back and fixed it, and they could get the game, up and at them on there. But all the other ones are like always blaming the Series. That's all the Series. That's this Series. That's Baldur's Gate, Gotham Knights, and when they came out, you're like, what is this? Gotham Knights was. I mean, not Gotham Knights, Baldur's Gate. Oh my god.
They threw. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sarah.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say is like, you've got fanboys that are throwing a big fit about the fact that they're trying to cater to like a lower common denominator, right?
Yep.
But then you've got these new systems that literally it's the exact same thing. Like we've been talking about it for years. We've seen it for years. Everything's going digital. Like it's great to have physical, but we know things are starting to go digital. You see that PS5 where they're literally requiring, like they're allowing you to get the physical drive.
Oh dear Lord!
They're charging you way more for it.
Oh,
but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like they keep throwing a fit about something like the Series S holding things back when realistically, I know this is going to be a divisive, but physical is holding things back.
No, I'm not going to let you do this. Because the series, listen, what's going on?
Do you see all these games behind me?
I see all those games behind you. You would have seen the same thing at my old house, except for when you have to move, you have to minimize.
You see all my box behind me though? I'm actually cleaning up a bit better.
So anyway, we gotta move forward. So, speaking of the Series S,
nobody's gonna ask me what my thoughts about the game. That's it.
No, you haven't played it.
What I did.
You did talk about it. What do you mean?
I just mentioned things about it.
We gotta move on because we got the huge two topics.
We're chatting too much. Yeah, we gotta keep going.
We gotta move on. But anyway, the Series S continue to bring in more problems. Like, look at what they cost at Bungie What's going on over there? Bungie, Sony, the Series S. Is this the Series S fault?
That was a bad joke.
Like,
Sorry, that was a bad joke, Simon. Really bad.
So
Serious,
it's such
that
a
was a
bad
good point.
segue. Holy
Exactly. I mean, you just made like a stupid Louis comment right there. I mean, that was the worst.
you
But-
kept interrupting me,
but
dude.
What?
you know
I had
what?
I had a better idea.
No, it was
You know-
not a better idea. It was a bad idea.
You know what
Anyway.
though? Sour probably has a good point in the fact that Marathon is going to be multi-plat,
Multiply.
right?
Oh.
So they're going
They're
to
blame it
complain
on
and they're going to blame Xbox because the hardware's holding us back.
Kind of like
Oh, but jokes aside, guys. Jokes aside. So I wanted to talk about the things that are going on right now with Xbox. But first, I want to start with Sony. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of changes in Sony, a lot of weird changes. The situation doesn't look very good, to be honest. First, we got Jim Ryan retired. We talked about that. And then Connie Booth also retired. And now we're seeing like a bunch of problems with studios. Now, to be honest, I think with Bungie, it was more of a Bungie situation, not Sony. Maybe Plume has more information on that. But I don't know, because I seen like some people report that it was Bungie releasing these employees, and then I saw Sony had something to do with it, but then I saw that it didn't. To be honest, I quite don't know all the details. What I do know is that the way these employees got like let go was horrible, and the details I saw after it like horrifying. And then the comments they made too, like I believe there was a comment where they said they kept the ones that, it was something like they kept the employees that were needed or something like that. I felt like that was like very disrespectful. Plume, let's start with you, since you've been pretty quiet through the show, not intentionally, but what can you say about the situation? And can you clarify, is it a Bungie issue or is it a Sony issue? Quite not clear.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's interesting how this is all happening after Sony did acquire them. It probably is a mixture of both, but it's a Sony issue because Bungie is Sony, right? It's that you can't separate anymore. They own them. It's part of their business. It brings in to Sony's bottom line. It's a part of PlayStation. So this whole discussion is they're the same company. So it is a Sony issue at the end of the day. Yeah, but the entire thing is very. Last week we talked about what we thought was going on at PlayStation, and Louis was saying how he thought it was worse. It was getting bad and all this type of stuff. And I was like, well, I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. Like, it's not doom and gloom. PS5 is still selling well. And now, after what happened this week with Bungie, I'm now leading towards it being a lot worse than we think. I think they're definitely cutting back, shaving off a lot of people. They're looking at their financials probably and having to pivot and come up with new ideas and new ways to move forward. As I think for PlayStation, the turning point obviously was losing the Activision Blizzard stuff, losing that, and then Jim Ryan leaving and realizing that they have taken way too long to pivot their business, and going forward they're going to have to do something in order to be able to continue to compete with Microsoft, which you think it's crazy. PlayStation has been the leader for so long, but Microsoft now, with all of the studios they have, all of the power they already have as a massive corporation, $1 trillion, I don't see how it's possible that Sony is going to be able to compete on the same level with like Game Pass and the cloud and stuff. So they're definitely pivoting. I think the pivot is going to be less so games as a service. I think it's going to be more so like the full entertainment package, where they're going to bring in their movies, their TV shows, and Sony is going to be, and PlayStation is going to be essentially what the Xbox One wanted to be. I think there was another announcement that there's a discount now for movies or TV shows that Sony produces if you're a PlayStation Plus member. So you can kind of see where they are going. I read something along those lines.
Did you also see the rumors about Fire Sprite and also Insomnia Games having
Yeah, I saw just like some tweets about that, but I don't know, like obviously I haven't looked into those yet.
I don't know how
If this
valid
is
they are.
true, do you expect more of their studios to have these layouts?
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
definitely cutting down back right now. When it's costing $200+ million to make their games, and only like 10 to 12% of their user bases are buying their games, there's no way I don't think they can sustain it. They have to come up with new ways to make money within their
Yep.
ecosystem.
Yep.
But I think this is
100%.
all a result of it. And yeah, I hate jumping on like the doom and gloom, but like Jim Ryan didn't retire. Let's be honest here. He obviously got pushed out, right?
Exactly.
Like all these things now, it's becoming more and more clear as the news, as more information comes out. I'm more leading towards there's a lot going on that is not looking good for PlayStation. And will this be like something that's like the end? No, but they're obviously making major changes, and where they come out from what's going on now is gonna be massive as to how successful they are in the future and where the PlayStation business goes, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, if we look at 343, 343 had their huge issues, and they had a lot of retirements also at their time.
Yeah.
And look at them now. Now they're like they seem to be cooking. Unfortunately, they have to get a reach, with the game and see if they can get people back. But at least you see them that they're working well now. So let's see what comes with that.
Yeah.
But crazy.
What's up? Because I got a
what do you-
lot to say.
I
What's
know you have a lot. But let me ask you this. With everything that's going on with Sony, the first thing I want to ask you is, do you think PlayStation has lost their identity? What's going on with them? What do you think it's going on? What do you think in general is going on there?
In general, ever since Layden left, it's all became a mess. I mean, Jimbo has been making mess after mess after mess. I've been calling him for
So
the
you're
longest
making
time.
messes?
Yeah, I'm making messes. That's what I'm doing, man. Making a shitload of messes. That's all I do. Make messes just to make money. That's what I do. That's my point. Yeah, make mess to make money. But either way, though, I mean, Jim has caused
Wait.
so much problems. What you gonna say?
Did Crazy just confirm that he's into wet work for money?
What?
Anyways, Crazy, continue.
All right, like I was saying, right? Pause.
Oh,
Isn't
wait.
that deserve a pause right there? But anyways,
No.
let's keep going. Okay.
What?
Okay. So, like I was saying, when Jim Ryan took a hold of this, right? PlayStation has been doing like a lot of things that I wasn't agreeing with, and I even talked about this, right? Xbox has taken advantage of a whole bunch of stuff that PlayStation has left behind. For example, Xbox, look at this. This week, they're going to Paris. They're going to Paris. They're going to sit down with people, talk with people. They're going to have games there for the people to try and play, to promoting their stuff. Something PlayStation used to do and actually left it like around, when was it, 2017, 2018 was the last time they were at E3. After that, they were just like, oh, let's just go digital and do our showcases digital, which in one point I understand, right? It's a way for them to make money, which is cool because, hey, YouTube is paying. That's awesome. But at the end of the day, what are you missing out? You're missing out putting yourselves out in contact with people, because I got to tell you something. When you go online, you type in Jim Ryan, there's not even one little LinkedIn about Jim Ryan out there. There's nothing about Jim Ryan. You don't even know how old he is. You don't know nothing. You don't even know if he has a family. You don't know nothing, absolutely nothing about Jim Ryan. But when you type in Phil Spencer, you type in Sarah Bond, you type in all these characters, right? That are top heads of a company. You see everything about him. You get to know him. You talk to him. You talk to him through Twitter. Not even that. Jim Ryan does not even have a Twitter account. He doesn't. He doesn't interact with the fans. Phil does. Aaron Greenberg does. Sean Layden interacts with the fans. He even hit like to a comment I made. Sean Layden did that. So, and he's not even on PlayStation anymore. He's not even on PlayStation. And that's sad that you're ahead of a company, right? Of a system that you have to interact with people. You're obligated to do it. It's something you gotta do in order to get the fans all happy, all warmed up, like, oh, okay, let me go over here, let me buy my system, let me enjoy this. You're not doing it. You're not communicating with the people. You're not showing them your games. And when you come out with your games, you're coming out with a big effing mess. That's the truth. That is the freaking truth. You're coming out with a big effing mess. I mean, look at Spider-Man. Okay, I know there was a couple force bugs. I saw a couple force bugs, right? But when you saw Miles Morales, headless or bodiless, which was a Halloween update, guys. Just remember that. It was a Halloween special update. It was not a bug. It was not a bug. When you saw it, you're like, what the hell is going on with these guys? I mean, Insomniac is a team that actually works really well with games. What's going on? I mean, it's a buggy mess. And look at Quantum Error. My God, what is your quality control? Same thing with Forspoken. And yet, here's what I find funny, right? Spider-Man comes out buggy, right? You got Quantum Error coming out buggy. You got Forspoken coming out buggy. And you don't see nobody say, fire Jim! Nobody says that. Nobody says fire Jim, but yet...
Well, he was gone already.
Yeah, I don't care. You should come out and yell at him. Still fire his ass, because we got to do fire his ass, which we know he did, but people say he retired. But it's a mess. Sony is going into a rocky mess. We're going to see a lot more stuff into development. We're going to see a lot more people leave. I mean, guys, we saw that PS5 Slim. That is the ugliest looking fan I've seen in my effing life. I mean, that thing looks ugly. It's ugly. It looks like you know what? It looks like that cheap, not that cheap. I mean, it looks like that Fisher Price control y'all gave me to play games. That's what it looks like. It looks like a little toy majigga thing. It's weird. It's weird. That PS5 looks ugly. That's slim.
Look,
My God.
let me ask you another question. I'm gonna shift the conversation a little bit. You talked a little bit about everything, but I'm gonna bring it back to Bungie.
Yeah.
Silent, what are you doing? No.
Sorry, you were talking about ugly fans, so I thought I would add an ugly fan.
Don't do that.
My bad.
Anyway, crazy.
What's up?
So here's the question I want to make to you. So
Go for it.
Microsoft, they bought ABK, and right after that, we saw the purchase of Bungie from Sony. Now, before Sony actually bought Bungie, we saw that Phil Spencer was having conversations with them, like he was playing with the head at Bungie at one time, and there were rumors coming out that there were potential buyers for Bungie, but they ended up not making the purchase. And according to the rumors, the report, I think it was just Corden that reported on that. They were even selling for way less money.
Well, listen.
Do you think Jim Ryan got played with this, with the whole acquisition thing? Because he kind of panicked after the ABK deal. That's what it seems, and then he just went for Bungie. But now that we're seeing all this, was Bungie worth all that money? And did Jim Ryan get played?
Here's the thing
Did you get played, Mr. Jim Ryan?
Nah, here's the thing. This is what happened with Jimbo, right? The mistake Jimbo made was he wanted to shift everything in such a rough, quick way that he did not plan for this the right way he should have. Bungie was not a bad buy. People say it was a really bad buy, look what's going on with them and all that stuff. But Bungie was not a bad buy. Why? Because every time we sit here and we talk about Halo, everybody starts saying, oh, look at Bungie's Halo. It was the best Halo of all time. It's always been the best. People talk about Bungie, and the multiplayer and everything. What they do is awesome. We got to take our hats off to them. They do an awesome job. But the plans that Jim Ryan had with Bungie and with PlayStation is what really messed up. Why did it mess up? Because you got all these studios, which they basically all they did was single player games, and you want them to automatically shift to do gas games. That is horrible. Not only that, you have a catalog of 12 gas games. 12. I mean, it's not like, okay, no, not 1, 2, or 3, because if we sit here and we talk about Xbox and their gas games, how much are they? I think we can count them with one hand. I think we can. There's probably a little bit more, but we probably can count them with one hand.
They have a lot. What happened? They already have them established.
They have them established, right? But either way, they have a lot or no. But either way, I think you can count them with one hand. You still can count them with one hand.
No.
You think so? I think.
Microsoft games as a service.
Yeah, you probably could count probably with two hands as much, right? But they already have it established. But not like Sony, who's trying
crazy.
What's up?
Crazy.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about gas games.
Have you
service.
have you played any of the Forza Motorsports or Forza Horizons in the last 5 years?
Yes, I have. But
Exactly.
wait, Forza
Okay.
Horizon is a
So
gas game?
every single one
Yes.
Oh,
has
What's a
offered
gas
you
game?
those
Crazy.
games.
What's a gas game?
game is as a service.
Okay.
Like
Ads that keep on, keep on adding. No, because gas games have seasons and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
right. So Halo,
Yeah,
so
Halo
State of
Infinite. That's one.
Decay,
Halo.
so
Forza.
Wait,
Forza.
State of Decay? No, they keep adding DLCs to
State
State
of
of
Decay.
Decay. They keep
State of
adding
That's
Decay
DLCs.
has seasons. They
They
just
do?
name it
yeah.
differently.
Oh,
Yes.
Sea of
okay.
Thieves.
It's literally the same thing. They just
Oh, maybe not
crazy,
confusing.
crazy,
My bad. Sorry about that.
crazy.
Oh, they have a shitload.
This is crazy. This is what they do in PR. They name things differently. They don't always name them seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's literally
I
all
get
the
you.
exact
All
same
right.
thing.
But here
Literally.
I'll go back. I'll help you out, Chris.
All right, go for it,
Because
go
you
for
were going very, very well, and I'll help you out.
Yeah,
And
help
you
me out.
remind me of something. I do think that what happened with like Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah.
Sony saw Microsoft doing the MCU universe. They had their whole multiverse established, and they did what Warner Brothers did with DCU.
With DC, yeah.
They try to rush everything and
Yep.
immediately put the Justice League together, and that kind of screwed them together because they were just rushing with these games as a service,
And that's the issue.
and that's the issue. And the problem is that their studios don't. That's not their strong. Like their strong is making these action adventure third person, story driven games that they're great,
Wait.
but they're very different from
And-
like a game
and
as a
here-
service.
And here's another thing, though. When we sit down and we talk about Xbox now, we have a diversity of games, right?
Yeah.
You do not in position you don't have that diversity, right? All you have is third person driven stories. That's all you have. You have open world third person story driven games. That's all. But on Xbox, you got a diversity. You got a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, we got Pentiment, we got Hi-Fi Rush. You got a whole bunch of games that we can sit here and talk about. First person, third person, storytelling, everything. I mean, you got everything. But in PlayStation, right, it's all third person storytelling games. So you
Yeah.
grab all these studios and you say, okay, we're gonna quit doing this right now. Let's shift only to gas games like that. Okay, let me go out there and purchase Bungie. Let's get these guys to work on this, right? And what's gonna happen? Everything is just gonna crumble. Everything is gonna freaking crumble like crazy. Everything's gonna die. Everything's gonna smash. Everything's just gonna go to ruins. You know, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think one of the like obviously trying to make some stuff that you haven't made in a while. Wait, did Reforge just join us? Reforge, what's up, man?
Why is Simon doing this? He should get a timeout.
But of course,
Keep
let them
going,
do it.
Bruno.
Let them do it because at the end of the day, those are the guys who just keep on going out there defending what Sony is doing. And right now is not a time to defend. Right now is the time to point fingers and say, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? What's wrong with y'all?"
Here's the thing. Here's my thing. What happened? Jim Ryan started in 2019, and
Yep.
yeah, he did a lot wrong. But what I think nobody predicted was Microsoft and Xbox going as hard as they are into gaming, right? Because people thought that they could have easily abandoned gaming, and Microsoft would have been fine. I mean, they're so big, right? They would have just put resources into other places. And people thought that Xbox One was going to be the end of it. But they decided, because obviously with Phil Spencer there, that they were going to double and triple down into that division. Nobody saw that coming, and PlayStation didn't plan at all for that. So Jim Ryan started in 2019, but I think like PlayStation expected the next generation to not have a strong Xbox, so they would just be able to continue to do the whole console generation or the console exclusivity thing. And that's where the biggest issue is for them. They're making games that are costing them a ton of money, but they have such a small user base compared to what their competition has. When you think about the entire ecosystem of Xbox, people being able to play anywhere is far bigger and is going to be far bigger than what PlayStation has, unless they completely turn around and abandon console exclusivity and do essentially the same thing that Xbox is doing right now, and they haven't yet with their first party games at least.
But here's the thing, though, Plume. If Sony does that, I mean, literally, it changes everything they had planned. I mean, everything that they used to do that was actually working well, it literally is gonna go into shambles because that is such a rough shift. Like, okay,
Yeah.
from single player, let's go to gas games like that. Like, boom, let's do this.
Or
And
not even not gas games. I just mean they
uh,
need to like, it's hard because they've built such a strong reputation of like
mhm.
how high quality you have to play it on a PlayStation, but they kind of have to like move past that that thing where they care so much about people playing on the PS5. They have to get
so
over that.
here's the thing, though, and this is what I'm noticing, right? Are they, or are we really not going to see a PlayStation 6 in the future? Because if you're just going to shift just to do these type of games, are you just literally trying to kill PlayStation? Because basically
No,
that's what they're doing. They're killing it. They
I
are
think you
literally killing it.
I think maybe I'm just simplifying things here, but I think literally they just need to release their first party games day and date on PC. And that
Yeah.
will make a huge difference, right?
I,
Just that little change.
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't done that yet. To me, that is very odd because they're still putting their games on PC, but for some reason they're waiting 6 months. But imagine like sales right off of the bat they would make back on their huge budgets if they just released it on PC day one.
it
Yeah,
wasn't it
they're
wasn't
gonna
six
get there.
months. That wasn't 6 months because basically they said first off they said a year, and then Jim Ryan came out and said in 2 or 3 years we're going to release it on PC.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Seriously, you just
He
jumped
said
ship.
that, but then the
Yeah,
games are coming much sooner.
exactly.
But
But it's crazy, Sour, that you just jump shift that idea, and basically you're seeing Xbox that look at Starfield, right? Starfield released day one on PC, and it released on console, right? Look
Yeah.
how well it did in sales. Can you imagine if Sony did the same thing? Like, for example, Spider-Man 2, supposedly, which now they said those numbers were lies. I don't know if that's true, but that came out of nowhere. Supposedly, they sold 2.5 million copies. If they would have put it on PC, they probably would have sold 7 to 10 million copies right away. It would have been a huge, massive hit for them, right? And
yeah,
that's money in their pocket, and that's something that they're missing out. They are missing out on that.
but crazy. I want to ask our guests. Reforge Gaming. Are you seeing a shift in the gaming industry? Talk to us.
Well, I'm really not concerned about that because, as it turns out, whether or not Sony's going to that side of things or not, it's not going to matter ultimately. Right? Like,
That's a good voice.
Sony's going to win, and it's going to be fine.
Oh
One way
my
or another, it's all going to work out.
Yeah, yeah, right. It notices how much they're.
You're concerned. You're concerned about this idea that The Last of Us multiplayer is going to get delayed, right? And as it turns out, that's not going to matter. You're going to pre-order it anyways because you're a
Yeah.
shill.
Like Contamera, right? Pre-order that game. Shame.
Yeah, Quantum Error.
Contamera,
That was
God.
hilarious when they came out and they're like, "Yeah, our game. Everyone says it sucks, but we don't care. You're all wrong."
Oh, okay. This is for you, some guys from Contamera. I'm sorry, but I gotta flick you off on that.
Crazy.
I ain't paying you that money.
Crazy.
The hell with you. No, I'm serious. What the hell? That's wrong for telling the fans like that. Because I gotta tell you something. I bet you a bunch of people wanted to play that game. They took notice and they released this game like a piece of crap, and they just don't care what people say. Damn it, we're tired of that. We gotta go out there, man, and we gotta smudge in their face and say, "Hey, stop releasing these bad games," because
What?
really, that's just wrong. And they're tired of, oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna go fix it, or like, oh, let's do that. No, man, release it good. I mean, the pandemic is gone, guys. I'm giving you 2023. This is your last year. In 2024, from there on, I don't want any more excuses. I don't want any more sorries. I want your games to come out nice and neat. So let's see what y'all gonna do.
Yeah, here's the thing though, Lou, with that studio. I personally think what they try to do was use the console war to like boost their sales. I think honestly that backfired on them. They shouldn't have
Exactly.
done that.
Exactly.
I also think that people, because of what they show with the cinematic, they kind of thought this was like a higher budget game, but obviously it's not. It's an indie developer studio. They're probably pretty small.
Doesn't
I,
matter.
I I believe they're very small actually,
Excuses.
and well, not excuses
Exactly.
is the truth, and I think they kind of overhyped it to their certain community, and they were probably expecting this to be like a big game. And on top of that, which was another mistake they did, was they're charging for this game like this was almost like a AAA game. So when
Excuses.
you charge that much, then of course you're gonna be evaluated like your game is a big AAA game or at least a double A game, and at the end of the day, your game doesn't live up to the hype it had. Um, they
But
probably needed more time to cook also. So yeah, that's
but
what
but but,
happened when you do all
but
this.
either way, Sablo, you came out there, you bashed everybody because you tried, like you said, to use the console, which was not a good perspective. They shouldn't have not used
Yeah,
that. They
no,
should have
definitely.
grabbed. They shouldn't have not used that. That's something that is just not on point. They should have gone out there, and say, "Oh yeah, we're a small studio. Sorry about that. We're gonna work our hardest to deliver the game to get it optimized." That's all they had to say. We're sorry. That's
Yeah,
it. They don't have to
we're
go and
yeah,
bash.
they could have said we're gonna optimize it first for one console. We're a very small studio, and
Exactly.
then once we release it in one console, then we'll try to release it on the next one. But
Exactly.
kind
That's
of
the
like what they did, the Boulder Gate studio did.
that that's
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 what they
that's
said.
that's what you got to do. But no, they went out there and they bashed. Since they told people, "Oh, you can't say." People who said that our game sucks, dude. Sorry, but it does suck. Not only us that said it, even the reviewers said the game was awful. I'm sorry, but your game does suck. So why do you go out there and blame the fans and blame everybody saying that your game sucks when it does actually suck? I'm sorry. What are you gonna do? Oh no, let's go bash the fans. Screw you, man. Sorry, screw you. The hell with you. I ain't buying your game.
All
I
right,
don't care if it's for $5. I ain't buying that shit. To hell with them.
let's talk a little bit about the shift on the Xbox side. So we saw it got announced earlier this week, or no, was it the end of last week? There was a shift in positions, like, well, several promotions. We got Sarah Bond as head of Xbox, and we had like many other moves. And we know that they're working on you know integrating Blizzard, Activision, and King. We've seen a lot of the people from Xbox actually go visit them and all that. So it's very interesting how they're going to do everything. We've seen Bethesda fully like integrated. We saw Pete Hine left, I believe last week or something like that. Well, or he is leaving. Um, but overall, like the changes seem to be what we expected in a way. Like we expected Sarah Bond to take Phil Spencer like old place, and then eventually when Phil Spencer leave, we expect her to take his position. And I think as of now, I'm seeing everything is running pretty well. I'm actually very interested in the way where like when they visit Blizzard, Activision, and King, it was Xbox King, Xbox Blizzard, Xbox Activision, not Xbox Activision Blizzard King. So what I'm thinking is that maybe they're gonna separate each one, and I prefer that because I want Blizzard to be, by itself, and I want Activision to run by itself, and I want to see the creativity, and I want to see different type of games, which they also have kind of like, you know, silent. They
It,
also
it,
have kind of like give like certain hints that that's where
is,
where they're gonna go silent. I'm gonna
is
start with
that?
you because you didn't talk much on the
I
when
was
we were
gonna
talking
ask.
about
Is that Ivan from Command and Conquer?
silent.
Did you just ask if that was Ivan? No,
Yeah, from
that
Command
was
and Conquer.
not Ivan.
Oh,
It's Kane.
oh, Kane. Yes, my God, Kane.
God,
Oh Lord.
you
Oh, sorry
kill
about that.
you kill me. You said
Oh,
that you were a
sorry,
Command
sorry.
and Conquer
I
fan.
forgot it was Kane. I forgot it was Kane. I thought it
You
was
missed the
Ivan. Why did
litmus
you?
test.
Sorry about that.
Sour. What was your question? Sorry. I had
I
to
even
step
forgot
away.
what was one my question.
No, I had to step away for a second.
Shit, I forgot.
Did you forget?
But how do you see the changes on Xbox?
Xbox,
And
yeah, that was it.
talk about a little bit about Sony too, because you didn't really talk on the previous.
Sure.
Overall,
I mean, I feel like I've been super negative on Sony the last little bit, so I've tried to dial it back a little. But no, like you look at the trajectory. Sorry, I'll scoot back. Is this better?
there you go.
I look at
Hey, you lost your
look at
mustache.
oh damn. Well, genetics are a bitch.
Just say real fast.
Like you look at the trajectory of both of the companies at the moment, and they're both going in two drastically different directions, right? Like Sony is kind of in a tailspin at this point. They're in they're in a rough situation, whether you like it or not, whether you're on that side or like you think that it's a legitimate retiring of Jim, or like all these people that are leaving these companies. Like there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of moving and shaking. Even if you look at just the Sony side, I mean, what we just saw that they lost another 100 people over at Bungie. Or sorry, it wasn't 100 at Bungie. Was it?
100, yeah.
They lost, like they've been losing people left and right, and then they just lost more people over there.
They lost some big people too.
Yeah,
it wasn't just like
it's continuing to become more of like a tailspin, which is kind of bothersome. Like you've got Connie Booth that like even when we were listening to Jaffe and he was kind of talking about it, he mentioned the fact that like Jaffe was going, or sorry, that Connie was going, and potentially that was a firing, potentially it was a retirement. Like we don't know the full story, but it kind of sounds like it was a firing on that one. And then you're losing people at Insomniac. Like it's kind of a tailspin at this moment. And then you've got, so you see how they're doing it versus like Xbox. Yeah, there's a few changes that have been happening, but those have been changes where like someone's shifting into that position directly. Like they had a plan, they had an exit strategy, right? Like we look at things in the business side, and when you do these things, if it's expected, if you know you're going to get rid of that person, you have an exit strategy. You have someone lined up for that position. You're preparing ahead of time. I don't see that on Sony's side at the moment. Microsoft has people that they've been shifting into play. Like you look at it and it looks like they're starting to put some of these people into play to fill these positions. Sony, like just like their roadmap right now, there's a big question mark of what's going on. Like what's going on, what's happening, where are we at? And it's a weird time. It's a weird time. Like I would argue, if you're someone that has a PS5 right now, given the roadmap that we know of at the moment, I'd be a little concerned. Like I'm not trying to be fanboy or anything like that. Like you look at a situation like this, and it's the same situation. It's the same roadmap that we saw when Xbox was making a bunch of changes just a few years ago. Like you look at it and you're like, oh, cool, they bought these new companies. But where are the results? Where are things coming? Like where am I going to benefit as a consumer? And it took years, and that makes me nervous. Like if it took that much time for Microsoft, hopefully it doesn't take the same amount of time for Sony. Hopefully they already have things already lined up. But if it does take a while, which it probably will, because this stuff takes a while to roll up, where are they at? Like what is the roadmap? Who are they going to replace those positions
to add to that real quick, they did mention that they're going to rely on like third party like partnerships or something like that for a while.
Yeah.
So that makes you
Which
think that
which
yeah.
we'll go back to the Microsoft side, because lest anyone call me a fanboy one way or another, I'll give you the facts on it, both sides of it, right? Microsoft did the exact same thing with Xbox One. They counted on third parties and groups and deals that they made to get games out there. You look at something like Dead Rising 3, you look at these different games, they focus so hard on third party instead of being even concerned about what was going on the first party side of things. And we saw how that turned out. We saw a few years that were really turbulent because of the fact that they focused more on third party instead of building up their first party, bolstering their first party. And so that makes me nervous. Like, again, as far as it goes for me, I don't have a PS5. I didn't like the Eye of Sauron, the massive 19 inches of Venom. I wasn't a big fan of that. And I was waiting for like a good revision as far as a console side of things went to get me a console version. But at the same time, like the console, the PS5 is continuing to be negated as a purchase for me because the games will come to PC. It's just like Microsoft. If you don't like the frames per second that you're getting on the console, you can play it on PC. It's there. And that's going to be the same thing with PS5 as time goes on. But it's a weird time. It's a weird time for Sony. They're losing a lot of key players. They're losing a lot of people in general. And they're having a lot of changes all at once. And I literally, it feels just like Microsoft a few years ago. But this goes back to the same thing we see every generation, right? It's the playbook where it goes, Microsoft does really good one year, Sony craps the bed, and then they flip role. And all of a sudden, PlayStation's doing amazing, Microsoft screws up. It just goes back and forth over and over again. But I feel like some of the people that they're losing, this might be kind of a more impactful loss for Sony, especially given the financial situation that they're in.
Yeah, I also I want to add to that before I pass it to Lou, that I feel like this time, because Microsoft for the first time is all in gaming, I think they're better set up for not only like this console but the next one and in the future. Like they have the studios to continue to make, hopefully, knock on wood that this happened. They have the studios to continue to bring the content. They already have the games as a service, Lou. they have them established already, so they don't need that many. They don't need to bring that many because they just can continue to support those, and eventually, maybe like update them, etc. And they can bring us more like single player games or even co-op games or different type of games like they've been doing, bringing different ideas. I feel like they can continue to do that and continue to innovate. As of on the Sony side, unfortunately, I think because the way that they've been like kind of complacent, because of course because of all the advantage they had last generation, and they focus on one type of game. Now that they're looking at how like the industry has shifted, and you kind of need these games as a service to kind of like help fund the other games. Now they're kind of like lost in a way.
So you invest in having 12 games as a service,
Exactly.
when maybe a quarter of them ultimately will actually succeed.
Let's bring
Exactly,
let's
because they're
bring
trying to catch up right away.
let's
Like,
bring
their way.
let's bring something up, because I'm gonna tell you something. Tell me, let's bring this into argument. Has Nintendo changed the way how they release games? Tell me about that.
No, because
No? Yeah,
Nintendo's a different
wait,
story.
wait.
Nintendo's a
Nintendo's
whole
a
different
special
animal.
story. Crazy.
It's a whole different animal. You can't even compare it.
Wait a minute. This is why I bring Nintendo up. Because Sony had a good thing, right? Just like Nintendo has its own good thing.
Wait, you're trying
Why?
to say Sony doesn't have anything good?
I'm not done yet.
What?
Let me finish.
Oh, okay.
I said
Crazy.
Sony,
I agree.
if
Nintendo doesn't have anything good.
Sony had a
Stop,
good
Simon.
thing,
Stop.
if Sony had a good thing going, right? Why that crazy jump shift like they did it when they should just continue what good they had, and they would have just brought out a couple games as a service and then start building from there? Because Nintendo has not changed the way they deliver their games, yet they have a couple service games, and they're doing so well.
I'll
But
tell you what's the difference.
wait, Sour, wait. I'm not done because I'll say it again.
Okay.
Sony had a good thing. Sony had a good thing, and then they jump shift and change everything like that, like crazy. Because you're delivering 12 service games like it was nothing. You're getting these studios that used to make these great, awesome story games, and now you're making them work on these gas games, which is a crazy ass jump shift. I'm sorry, it was just too crazy to do that. They
Okay,
should
but
just continue with their plan and release a couple gas games. Not 12. That's a lot. That's crazy. How the hell are you going to keep content on those 12 damn games? That's insane.
This is what happened though.
What's up?
You had Nintendo on the other side
Yep.
coming out with any type of game. Like they come up with Pokemon. They sell like crazy. They come up with all their franchise, their Mario's, their Zelda, and they're selling. And Sony, in the meanwhile, they're releasing their critical acclaim games, but they're not selling as much. And then they see Xbox on the other side, which they were way behind. However, they kind of shift their strategy, and they're doing pretty well with their new strategy, and they keep growing and growing. And they're like, wait a minute, maybe we should shift. And then they're entirely like, let's just shift, and they panic, especially when they saw the Bethesda purchase, and then they see the ABK purchase, and then they see the whole roadmap with all the games that Xbox has lined up. They don't have all dates, but they're gonna come eventually. And let's say some of them do get canceled, but like, how many have them already? Like, how many have they announced already? How many been leaked? And how many projects we kind of know are in the work? Like, even if half of those release, like, that's a lot of game, especially now with the ones we don't know.
Exactly.
I think that's what happened.
But here's the thing, though, Sour. It's different because Microsoft went out on a purchasing way, while Sony had its own studios ready to work their games out.
Simon, you're bad. I saw that. You were.
Oh, that was amazing.
You're evil.
Crazy had a brain fart. Sorry.
But
okay.
let's ask Plume.
Yeah,
Plume, the voice of Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I think
let's hear it from an honest Nintendo fan.
I think. Well, no, Nintendo's great. Don't get I love Nintendo.
Don't get it twisted, Simon.
Yeah, I think Nintendo is different in the sense that it's like, look at what they put out compared to PlayStation. It probably costs a fraction to develop those Nintendo games versus what PlayStation puts out. And you think about what their consoles, right? Like the Nintendo Switch, they put out hardware that is not even close to pushing whatever the current day hardware AAA games need. So it just, their costs are completely different. I know there's so many different things you can go to. PlayStation did have a good thing, and I still think that they have great games. The thing that we've seen play out, we saw Phil Spencer say it in plain language in those leaked documents in that email, is development costs for these games into today's industry are just way too high to sustain with the current way that people are doing their business, and they have to come up with different ways to try to make more money with how fast it's growing. And PlayStation just didn't do that. They just took too long. They didn't expect Microsoft to be a competition, and now they are just kicking themselves in the ass because they know going forward they aren't going to be able to continue to do what they do, and they have to adjust. And games as a service is probably not their answer. We're seeing what's happening with Bungie. So what their next thing they're going to try to do, like I've said previously, is they're just going to try to expand out their subscription with entertainment things. Like they're
I was,
basically put that
I
all
was
in one.
gonna, I was gonna jump in and say something because you got to a point, right, on what's a good way for them to expand money. Because hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Xbox has the same issue. Mind that, Xbox has the same issue. I mean,
Yeah.
they do not have what Nintendo has. Neither PlayStation does. So what did they do? They expanded to PC, which
Yes.
helps them. And that's what PlayStation should have done day one. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, when you look at Horizon Zero Dawn back in the day, they only had like, well, how much was it? 10 million copies. And as soon as they opened the PC port, everything shifted to 20 million copies. Spider-Man has sold 35 million copies. God of War has also sold a bunch of copies. It's true. It's true.
For which one?
For Horizon Zero Dawn. When Horizon Zero Dawn, I remember the last numbers before they published, right? Before they published the 20 million, it was a 10. And then after they released the PC port, they got it up to 20.
No, sir, you gotta keep in mind they ended up console bundling that game.
Oh,
And
that
it was
too.
on PS4.
And it was
They
a
already
big-
had that
Yes.
huge.
No,
install base.
we're talking about Zero Dawn, not Forbidden West. That was the second one. But for Zero Dawn,
They bundled that too.
yeah, they
Yeah.
bundled that too.
They
But
did that too. It's the same reason why the new God of War, or the new one ended up. It was like when they ended up doing. I think it was the original. They ended up with like 20 million copies before they even kicked to PC side of things. They had console bundles.
But Plume said something very interesting that I want to bring up real quick.
Sure.
He said basically that Nintendo offers you, less hardware in terms of like technical.
Yes, they do.
The games are much cheaper, yet people buy them at a higher price. And I thought to myself, he's right, because like they even sold you cardboard. Like only Nintendo could have pulled that off.
Yeah, no, they could have fired in your face and you would have paid $50.
Exactly.
Because for some reason Nintendo fans are diehard no matter what.
It's also just because like how many parents buy their kids Nintendo games? They don't even think about it. They walk into the store, they're just getting a Nintendo game.
Exactly. It's a brand that's trusted on a family level that families have had for decades. That like it does not matter.
But you know what? I don't think it's mainly the kids. I think it's this. Look at it in the screen right now. Look at that. Look at all the amiibos I can see from here, probably.
But either way,
I don't see any amiibos right now.
Okay. I thought I saw some amiibos.
No, see, here's the thing. I'm gonna out myself. I have crates full of amiibos, and I was
look at that. You see that?
I was like, I'm not putting them on my shelf because they take up so much. They're the first thing I did when I moved into my new place. They're still in these crates in my basement in storage. This is how much money I waste on this type of stuff.
Plume, if it makes you feel any better, I got a friend. Well, actually, I got a few friends. Shout out to Rick, Trevor, and Eric, who all proceed to keep them in card, like they keep them sealed. They don't even open them.
Mine are all sealed too.
But they've got the duplicates too.
Yeah.
So they also have ones that are open that are on shelf, and you're just like, I get it.
We're
idiots.
We're idiots, Silent. It's just we're idiots. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, I get it. Like I'm literally right here in this other section. I have GI Joes. So I get it.
There you go.
I get it. It's just a different version of collecting.
You're buying these things, and as you're checking it, like, why am I buying it? I'm still gonna buy it.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, in the future, they're worth a lot of money. That's what Nintendo does. It's a lot of money. But either way, let me jump in real quick with Mr. Joanna Dark with a $5 super chat, and he says, "Silent. Stop spreading those damn lies. Just like you said, AW2 is broken on PC, and it's not. Nintendo is the GOAT. They make great games, so stop your hating." That's what Dark says to you.
Whoa. Hold on. No, we'll come with facts if we need to. There were plenty of reviews that blasted Alan Wake for the PC version because of where it sat as far as functionality and the bugs and issues that were coming up.
I can say something about that.
Nintendo. No, hold on, crazy. Nintendo. If you want a game that's sub 20 frames per second at launch and will not go past sub 20, then yes, you can get that on a Switch. But Alan Wake is a different beast. Like, I don't know why you're comparing the two.
It'll be.
I got. Oh, go for it, Plume. I was gonna say something but silent, but I know why they get those reviewers said that. I know why, because ever since Xbox did the partnership announcement, they were like, "Oh, it has bugs."
No, but that being said, they're still a multi-plat, right? They're still a multi-plat. They're still under 505, if I remember correctly. They're not Microsoft side of things. Although, like, that being said, we do see more of their stuff because of the advertisement.
Exactly.
But
Xbox console has been running great.
Yeah. Plume, what were you gonna say?
But to be fair, he does. So he did just update things, and he brought up in the chat. He said, "I'm playing the Metal Gear Solid collection, so hush." Yes, I am playing Metal Gear Solid 1 again. Exactly. That game literally just got jailbroken away from the Sony side of things, so I can actually play it on other consoles. Yes, they had a PC version back in the day. It was not great. The controls for the new one are actually pretty decent.
Yep. But Plume, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say it'll be very interesting when the Nintendo Switch 2 gets announced and next year when it comes out. Now if all of these future AAA games are gonna be able to run on it, that's gonna be interesting thing.
I keep wondering if we're ever actually gonna get a Switch 2.
Yeah, it was announced.
No, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it.
We're gonna get it.
But I feel like we were having the same conversation a year ago, going into like February, March of this last year.
It's coming. Perfection takes time.
Coming.
Okay,
it's coming. It's coming.
Nintendo's like, wait, should we announce this? And they look at their financials. They're like, nah, they're still buying our 2017 thing nonstop.
Which to be fair, and to give it to Plume on this, like it is gonna get.
Hello.
Hello. You're muted.
Hello? Silence voice.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally muted myself. I hit the space bar of death. No, like you look at the information that we ended up seeing with the ABK deal, right? And with the acknowledgement that Call of Duty is going to be on the Nintendo systems and stuff, they did not specify. They didn't just say, "Oh, it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch." They specified it would be on Nintendo systems, right? So they're lining up, they're preparing for the fact that the new one's coming. I would imagine, given their track record the last couple times, we're probably talking February, maybe March at the latest, we see the new Switch. But I feel like every year we've been having this conversation for the last like 4 years. Because the hardware has been out of date, and we keep thinking like, oh, it's gonna come, like it's gonna surprise us all. I think once it finally lands, just because I feel like every time we think it's gonna show up, it doesn't.
Yep. Well, their profit margins are out of this world, so they just keep making more money off selling the old stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the thing, right? Is like if you can keep selling to the same people over and over again. Dark, I'm looking at you, who probably has like 5 Switches at this point. You know, like why would you release a new version if you can keep releasing the exact same version over and over again with a different skin?
Yeah, exactly. If we put it by day one.
But crazy. We went past the 9 hour. Do you have the poll of the week ready? Because we have to.
We're gonna get the poll of the week. I think I actually shut it down by accident by googling stuff.
He said. Wait a minute. He said at the beginning of the show that he was ready with that poll of the week, and we should applaud. Good thing we didn't applaud because. He didn't deserve any.
It was right here.
Any praise for that.
Crazy. you're having a hard time like being ready for performance, there's a pill for that.
Oh, I'm actually taking pills for all that stuff. Wait, what?
This episode brought to you by Blue Chew.
Oh, I think we got to substitute Crazy
thank
for
you.
one of the kids for
Thank
the
so much,
beginning of the
Crazy.
show.
Thank you for literally just
Did I throw
you
myself
saw
in?
that and you just dove right in.
Plume, is your son ready for like takeover?
Oh, Lord.
We're gonna substitute him for Luke.
But anyways, you're ready for the poll of the week. And man, I just screwed myself, man. Sorry, chat about that. But the poll of the week is: what would you consider Remy's best game before Alan Wake 2? Let us know if you're excited to play it in the comment section below. All right. It says, here are the games, guys. We have Alan Wake, we have Quantum Break, we have Max Payne 2, and we have Control. And the winner is...
Wait,
Thank you.
there you go.
Quantum Break with a 41%. How the hell is Quantum Break the number one, man? What's wrong with that poll? Seriously.
Because some people, unlike you, actually played the game.
Dude, I did play the game. I beat it. I beat the game. I beat it. I didn't remember. I told you that and hey, I still got. They have their own multiverse.
Did you
man.
really beat it?
Yeah, I did. I can tell you what the last boss is.
No spoiler for song one. No spoiler for song
Crazy.
one. Yeah.
Stop.
But yeah. But either way, Quantum Break with a 41%. Second place, Max Payne 2 with a 25%. Third place, Alan Wake with a 23%. And last is Control with 11%. Man, people need to play Control. I'm sorry. They got to sit down and play. I'm one of those guys that need to play.
You haven't even played it.
Exactly, but they need to. They need to.
Whoa. Oh, okay.
I said it. I said it.
Hold
People
on.
need to play it.
No. Okay. Chat.
What's up?
As someone who's actually played Control, Crazy. Someone who's actually played Control. Yes, play Control. Don't listen to Crazy. He didn't play it.
I said it. I said I have not played it, but they
You
need to
said-
play it. I did say it. I have not played it. I did say it. You can go back and hear it. I did say it. Even Jack can acknowledge that. I said it.
Anyways,
Crazy. You sound like that guy from Twitter that he was recommended to play the masterpiece of Quantum Error that he played, and then the developers called him out because he didn't even play it. That's what you sound like right now.
Why y'all keep shutting me down like this? I'm actually too bad. That's y'all just me.
Crazy. Time to land the plane, man. Oh.
Literally. Okay, sorry.
No,
Side
go
tangent,
ahead.
but for the chat, this gentleman right here continued to prop for Control over the last couple days, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like, "I mean, no, Sourblow. I never played it though, Sourblow." So, and we were just like, wait, hold on. You keep talking about how this game's so good, and he's like, no, but I've never played it. I drank 150 beers, and I thought I played it, but I woke up in the morning.
I wrestle alligators.
And
Hey, no, that's true. The alligator story, I did wrestle an alligator. It's true. It's true. That's not a joke. I did wrestle an alligator. Man, I'm telling you, we had cameras back in the day.
Right after you drank the 150 beers. But yeah, so anyways, yeah. Control is amazing. Play it. Alan Wake 2 is amazing. Play it.
Yep.
Whether Sour agrees or not, Control is great.
Max Payne 2, Max Payne,
Max Payne 2?
they're amazing.
Max
Quantum
Payne
Break
and Max
is
Payne 2
amazing. Alan Wake 1 is amazing.
Yes.
Play them all.
Yep, they are. All of them
Not
are
like
amazing.
crazy. Not like crazy.
I did play Max
Actually
Payne
play
2.
it.
I did play Alan Wake, and I did play, what's it called, the other one? Oh, Quantum Break. I beat it the other day. And like I said, it's Iceman and it's multiverse and stuff like that. You know, special powers, kind of like Iceman, pretty cool. But hey, it was a fun game. It was a fun game.
Do you have fun burning the bodies?
No, I did not have fun burning the bodies. Not gonna throw that into my face.
You didn't do that side mission?
No.
Crazy. Dude, you get an achievement. if
Oh,
you
you
do that
do?
mission.
Oh wait, in
Yeah.
what game? Quantum Break?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay.
You, no, seriously, it's in Act 7. It's right after you end up taking
Mm.
Littlefoot. You take control of that character and you end up burning the bodies. It's
Dark
right after
says
you go into.
Dark says I actually beat Quantum Error. Everybody can beat Quantum Error, man. It's such a messy game. Anybody can beat it. Sad but true. Just looking at
Leave
it.
those developers alone.
Too soon.
Louis, you should stream Quantum Error. It's a scary
Exactly,
game.
man.
What the hell? I ain't buying that shit. The hell with them. Sorry about that, but no.
But you're Jim Ryan. You should have that.
Wait,
dude,
I don't even know how to
Benji
grab this
Greens.
controller. You know how was he grabbing it like this or something like that? I was playing it like this. I think it was. You know, he was playing. You know, using the trigger fingers like this and moving thumbs up and like that. You know, just pressing the buttons like this. Look, oh crap, this is turning on. Oh crap, I'm gonna put it right here.
All right,
But
that
yeah.
note, crazy.
Let's land this plane. Yeah, let's land this plane, man. What an awesome show tonight. And yes, I fell for a trap because the guys were actually told me, hey, Louis, let's dress up for this episode. So I went to the store. I bought every freaking product there was. I even got hairspray, which I got to take down off my head. It's going to take me probably like an hour, right? To dye, you know, to get my hair gray. Bought a little bit of gold to get that golden shine from Jim Ryan, which it did not work. And man, I'm telling you, I had to do it. These guys all of a sudden told me we're not wearing nothing. What? And they put the XBI for kids, and they get their young kids on here trying to make fun of me because I do not have kids. That is just mean. You guys are mean as hell. Nah, I love y'all. It was cool. It was cool. It was fun. It was
Look
fun.
at the
Have
screen
kids
now, crazy. Look at the
soon.
screen now.
You're gonna have kids soon. You don't think you're having kids, but you're having kids soon.
Oh, don't bring that up, man. She wants twins, man. I'm telling you. But anyways, guys, it was such a fun episode. We had a blast. Awesome stuff. And let's start with the handsome, sexy man down there with that cool hat and a cool shirt, Mr. Plume. Please, sir, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, first of all, great show, guys. Louis, I hope that your costume doesn't take too much to get that stuff out of here. But you know, you look at it, you're next in line for.
You're gone. You're next in line, and then
Next in line.
You hit the space.
Yeah, Sony stopped him. Sony stopped him. Next in line for what? Plume, fix it. Oh,
nope, nothing.
nothing.
Oh, don't tell me you broke your mic. That's
No.
bad.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. I
He
think
was
it'll
saying
follow.
something positive about Sony, and it
Yeah,
made
it was. Yeah, it did.
Like, oh no, my OnlyFans after this show.
No. Oh, man.
he said,
It's
There you
back,
go.
Plume.
Hello,
There he is.
hello.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I was it was probably PlayStation cutting me off because I was saying that I think Louis next in line for the CEO takeover.
Yes. Take
That's who
me
they're
to
waiting
CEO
for.
power. Be the next head of PlayStation. Oh man, I would do such great stuff.
But yeah, you can find me in YouTube, Plume Network, Plume Network, and yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Plume, for joining us on this week's show. Always awesome to have you, handsome man. And speaking about handsome or sexy, beautiful, ball captain, please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
crazy. You saw my costume this week. I can grow hair. It's a decision. It's not a condition.
Dude, I thought you dressed up like what's his name? Dreamcast guy. That's what I was thinking.
Too soon. Anyways, yes, you can catch me on Twitter. You can catch me all over the social media as Silent Cypher. You'll probably see me playing a bunch of Control, Alan Wake. Probably catch me playing a bunch of Slay the Spire again, because I've been playing a ton of Slay the Spire again. I finally ended up beating it with one of the other characters. Pause. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, no, great episode this week. Chat, thank you so much for coming to hang out. Hopefully I'll have some more games I've played by next week. Call of Duty, I think early access starts tonight, or actually this afternoon. So hopefully I'll have some conversation about that this next week. I don't know if you guys are playing it. Plume, Sour, Crazy.
I'm gonna wait on it.
What game?
I'm
What
gonna,
game?
I'm,
Sorry?
I'm gonna play it on
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Still
Yes.
waiting for Game Pass, aren't you? Anyways. But yeah, so chat, thank you so much. Yeah, we'll catch you next week. Hopefully I'll be over this gonoherpes simplex 6 that's been going around all over the place. I feel like there's so many germs. My apologies that my voice is a little bit gnarly still. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, awesome. And now for our Lionel Richie wannabe, Sourblow. Please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Oh, you can find me easy on Twitter, Sourblow18, Xbox, Sourblow18. Of course, here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. But you can also find me sometimes on Friday on Xbox International en Español with Eternal Shaddai, ASCAP Gaming. Go support those guys, especially if you speak Spanish. They do Xbox International in Español, in Spanish. So, yeah.
All right. Awesome. First things first, I want to shout out to the chat. You guys are awesome. You guys kept this chat rocking and rolling. I mean, 40 people today in the chat. That's freaking amazing. Such awesome stuff, man. That's amazing. And thank you all. Thank you all so much. And hey, guys, let me tell you something. Those who were members, I had to fix an issue that I had on YouTube. So if you want to come back to being part as a member, go ahead. It's already been fixed. And yes, I'm still struggling to get the damn pin, but I hope I get it soon. But anyways, it's working out great.
I sent everyone the flight tickets anyway. So
all right. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for all that hard work you put on. But yes, guys, chat, you guys kept it rocking and rolling. Love you all for that. And where can you find the crazy one? Simple as you can find me on Twitter saying good morning and doing all sorts of stuff like Crazy Louis Gaming. And on Mondays at the Xbox Lunch Break Special, 12 noonish with Mr. Boomstick, Mr. Fuzzy Belvedere, and Mr. Web Dave over there, the Double Barrel Gaming YouTube channel. And last but not least, here hanging out with these handsome, cool fellows every single Wednesdays at 7 p.m. ET at the Xbox International Podcast. And like I always say, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when HBI content comes on. And remember, let's go, let's rock, and let's sing the Jim Ryan song, which goes like this. Money, 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 money.
Let's not sing that song.
What? What'd you say? That's a song.
all right, bye, everyone.
See you later, guys.
Yeah. Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.